Live.
Welcome to another Pint of Comics where we tell you what to eat, how to eat it, and when to eat it. This is not Friday the 13th episode, even though you see McStew down there in the corner.
Oh, what the hell?
We will not be talking about Jason.
Jason often looks like a delicious fast food hamburger.
He sometimes does. Of course, you've got myself, my co-host Lloyd, who you never see on these videos because he
not too much.
Doesn't want to do him. He's Mansburger tonight. I'm John. I'm Jonald McDonald. McStew, and of course, scary Larry Dwyer down there chomping on some popcorn. What kind of popcorn tonight, Larry?
Just buttered popcorn.
Buttered.
My favorite.
We will be recording at my house for the first time in 15 months.
Yeah, boy.
In 2 days, live
shit.
Pint of Comics are back, and Larry has already said he's going to fucking destroy my floor, and my dogs will have diarrhea all the next morning because all they do is eat all of the popcorn that ends up on the floor from when Larry.
I'm bringing over
Larry's
some beer for you, John.
Awesome, because I will drink some beer. I will drink
And
some beer.
scotch, maybe.
Oh,
Hey, you got a dry foam, so take it easy. All right. All right. Holly, Chris, hello, everybody that's out there checking us out. We are here tonight to talk about top 10 fast food restaurants. Now, if you've ever listened to a list episode of Pint of Comics or seen, like we did the top 5 cereals, we have tons of fridge beer too. Lindsay is absolutely correct. There is fridge beer. You know that we sometimes have interesting time getting lists together. And so I'm going to put this out there right off the bat.
Ooh.
Top 10 fast food restaurants. We all kind of discussed this multiple times before this episode. There are a lot of factors into what can form a fast food restaurant. These are not all going to include chains. So pay attention. You might get some local favorites. You might get some, Larry, Lloyd, and myself are Connecticut guys. Stu's out there in Pittsburgh. Maybe Stu won't have Burger King from number 1 through number 10, as Larry said he probably thinks Stu's going to have. Maybe he'll have a
because I'm picking things that people can go to. I
Holly,
understand that
that's no
Larry's
excuse.
list is going to make me feel like I should put my wife makes good chicken and rice. So I'm just going to throw that on there as number 3. I'm
Gary
picking places people can go to.
Gary says there's a place out in Pennsylvania called Ginsburger. Well, okay, let's clarify what constitutes fast food. Holly asked. Okay, so fast food. Lloyd,
I'll give you my definition.
okay.
You can walk up to a counter and order it.
Okay, so
That's it.
we're immediately getting rid of what you would call a family service type restaurant, which might be a 99 or a Applebee's or a Chili's. That's a sit down. There's a waiter, waitress.
If you have a waiter, that's definitely not fast food.
All right, so waiters out the door. If there's a drive-through, it's most likely fast food. It doesn't have to be a chain though. It doesn't have to have 100,000 of these things. And we're going to get into that. So before we start talking about that, I do want to go through a little bit of, housekeeping real quick. Of course, please always check out the latest Pint of Comics. Current episode out last week is a Pint Movie Invitational with our friends, the Insufferable Bastards, where we talked about Way of the Gun, the 2000 Ryan Felipe Benicio del Toro film. And then this week, our top 10 sports films is coming out. Now,
rollerball.
Whoa, Holly, no. Holly says so.
Holly, no.
Drive-through and no tables.
drive-through. Well, no. That can be.
Tables are okay.
Tables are okay.
I think you guys kind of laid down the gauntlet at waiters and waitresses. Wait staff is out.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Good, because that settles one that I had here. So okay. I had one that has it's a gray area. When they first opened, there was no wait staff. It was walk up, place your order, take your fucking order, and either go or sit at one of the tiny tables. Now they've expanded and they have a wait staff. So I'm like,
well, so you could still squeeze it in if you want to.
We'll see.
Okay,
We'll see how I feel.
We'll
see how I feel.
Larry, you're a
I'm
corner.
gonna end up with fucking Ruth's Chris Steakhouse as my number one at this point.
Oh, come on.
That's not a number one steakhouse, Stu.
So check out the latest pint. Next week on May 19th, there is a great event happening called the Livestream for the Cure. Please go to www.livestreamforthecure.com. Money going towards cancer research, research for a cure, all that stuff. Please go to that website. Lloyd and I are kicking the whole thing off. Podcasters from all around the world for 3 straight days are going to be doing their shows. And we're going to be doing an episode of Pint. We're not going to tell you what it's about yet, but we'll be doing an episode of Pint. May 19th, 7 to 8 o'clock. You could watch us. You could donate live. If you want to pre-donate, please do. You know we never ask for anything. We don't have a Patreon. We have none of that. But if we're going to ask for anything from you guys, please go to Livestream for the Cure and check that out. That would be super awesome. We would appreciate it. As always, please go to check Larry out, ConnecticutCultClassics.com. Larry, our tickets for the June show, are they still up? I know you were limiting them. I don't know what's happening with that.
I didn't even put them. They'll go on sale Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Okay, so Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And what were the movies, Larry? To refresh everybody from February of 2020 who were expecting it in April or whatever it was.
Yeah, April and then June and then August, however many times I put it off. It's by the guy who did this little movie right here. It says "Long Live the New Flesh," but it's Videodrome. David Cronenberg. We're going to do 2 Cronenberg films: The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, and Scanners. Michael Ironside and the guy's head pops. Going to be a good time. It better be a good time because I'm ready for a good time.
Yes.
We are going to limit.
I'm so ready.
I am going to limit tickets. And I don't have to. Technically, by May 19th, all indoor things in Connecticut can be at 100%. But I'm making a choice that I don't feel comfortable filling the Strand to 100%. I'm probably going to do about 50% is what I'm going to do. Somebody asked me if I'm going to go so far as to mark off seats. I'm like, no, we're all adults. I think people can figure out how to sit a seat or 2 away from other people. But yeah, so we're going to do less tickets for that, but we're still going to have a damn good time.
Panic Comics will be sponsoring that per usual. Always a good time. And if you see Lloyd or me at the show, we will gladly sneeze directly in your face. We'll test this whole thing out. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. We're vaxxed up. Are you? What did you get? How good is it? We'll find out very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do the thing. Remember the movie, The Program? Talking about sports movies. Back up to sports movies, where Latimer and Mac just spit in each other's mouths.
Yes.
You guys can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can see if we can transfer.
See if the vaccines works. Yeah.
Couple months after the vaccine starts. Man, that's gross.
A little centipede action.
Always go to horrornewsnetwork.net. Check out Larry's latest and greatest articles and everybody else there. Shawnee Mac, of course, as well. Stu down there in the corner. We always talk about his website, SWO Productions. Big fan, but I got to tell you, what I'm a bigger fan of right now is Stu's new podcast. All right. Stu has a brand new podcast. Stu, tell everybody what you're doing on your podcast.
So I have a podcast, the Stu World Order podcast. It is dedicated to just comic book movies, and I have a list that I keep scratching things off and putting new things on. It's 125 comic book movies. I have guests. They come on. They give me 3 numbers. I tell them what their 3 movie choices are. They pick one that they want to watch and review, and that's the movie we talk about. So this weekend, the 15th, whatever day the 15th is, our 4th episode will be out. And it's a big one. It's a big movie. I'm happy we got to it so early on in the show that I'll get listeners maybe.
Spawn? Spawn? Is it Spawn?
It's not Spawn. Spawn's on the list.
Tell her you want to tell everybody who it is so they can check it out this weekend?
Yeah. So this weekend I will be talking with Andrew Morgan from the Nomcast, and we will be doing Avengers Endgame.
Yes, that's a comic book movie.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It's no Spawn. It's no Spawn, but it's a comic book movie.
And Andrew Morgan, God bless him, he is a fantastic guy. And that episode, out of the first 12 I've recorded so far, that is by far my longest episode.
Andrew's loquacious. Yeah. Andrew is a good friend,
it's fitting for the movie.
We are currently doing, and we hope everybody checks it out at some point. Eventually, it starts on May 25th. we are doing a brand new venture over at ForgottenEntertainment.com called On the QT. It's a new podcast. Lloyd and I are doing 10 episodes where we talk about the 10 films of Quentin Tarantino, and we've done 5 so far. And our longest episode, Andrew Morgan, Kill Bill Volume 2. But you know what? We don't mind. Andrew's a great podcast host, so he has that like kind of built into him. You know, he has that built into him. All right, so let's get to one more thing here. We'll put this up one more time. SWO Productions. All right, so let's get to our lists now that we've gotten all the housekeeping out of the way. We're going to go from 10 to 1, and I think.
I think we're going to start with number 4.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna jump around a little bit. I think we're gonna start with the Manster. Let's start with the Manster at number 10, and then we'll go clockwise down to Stu, Larry, and then myself, and start over for the next round. So, Manster, what is your number 10?
My number 10. You know, you asked me if I was going to do this. I don't think you thought I was gonna, because I think, well, how'd you say it? Fast food's not in your wheelhouse.
Well, I mean, you're a prime specimen of man. But I mean, besides that, whenever I ask you to do a video, you say "fuck you" to me. So it's kind of it's one or the other.
Pretty much. I'm going to go with Boston Market, number 10.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel that.
Well, Stu, I expect every single one of yours to come with fries and wrapped up in a wrapper.
No, you know what? I have to be fair. I've only eaten at a Boston Market once in my life, and I just didn't like it. So I probably just had a bad experience.
Boston Market. That's a place where you can feed your family and not feel too guilty about it.
What's your go-to at Boston Market?
You know what? I just like the chicken dinner with mashed potatoes and vegetables.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had the meatloaf sandwich?
I have. The meatloaf is good. Yeah. I've had most everything there.
I was going to say that.
I just got it on a whim one day. I was like, meatloaf sandwich. So it's like this small grinder, but then it's got this barbecue-y meatloaf with like cheddar and lettuce, and it's, I mean, I haven't had it in like probably 10 years, but it was fucking good. It was good.
It's good.
Let me chime in. I've had it within 10 years, and it's still good.
Yeah.
I don't go to Boston Market a lot, but the meatloaf meatloaf sandwich.
Whenever you're sick of chicken, you go to the meatloaf.
Yeah. And let's remember, Boston Market was originally called Boston Chicken. Remember that?
Boston rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, Boston Chicken way back in the day. And I don't know if they still are, but they were owned at one point by McDonald's. I don't know if they still are anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, McDonald's.
You get that little cornbread, which is all dried out. And
now Larry hates that.
It's not a great cornbread.
It's not good cornbread.
But it's okay.
You know, okay. Anthony's got a point here. Without Kenny Rogers Roasters, there would be no Boston Market. Kenny Rogers Roasters. See in heaven, Kenny Rogers Roaster and Kenny was a pretty solid. Was a pretty solid. You can
never
gamble,
had it.
You can gamble and say this. But they were pretty fucking good. They were pretty fucking good. Did you get the gamble joke there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I never had Kenny Rogers Roasters.
It was good. There was one. There's one in Wallingford many years ago. They had a famous Seinfeld episode that revolved around one, but they must have gone out of business like in 2000. Like they've been gone for fucking ever. So yeah. Stu, what is your number 10?
All right, so my number 10, obviously a lot of people like Chipotle, and those people are wrong because Chipotle is fucking terrible. I've never in my life eaten at a Chipotle and been like, I'm glad I did that. But if you enjoy Chipotle, what you actually want is Moe's Southwestern Grill.
Oh, stop
Welcome to Moe's.
That's so much better.
People yelling at me whenever I walk into a fucking restaurant.
That is fair. They're very enthusiastic. But yeah, no, I love Moe's. Moe's is a really good place. I never like the food at Chipotle for some reason, but I go to Moe's and I will get the same exact thing, and it is 8,000% better.
I'm a big Moe's fan. I one time in Albany, New York, when Lou and I went up there for a Comic-Con on a Sunday, there was a Moe's right on the outside of the Holiday Inn where the Comic-Con was, right before you get on the highway. And we had never seen a Moe's before it got up here. Let's go there. Let's eat. That looks cool. It's like a Taco Bell type place. So we're walking in, and the restaurant, all glass windows, all very clear, seeing in and out. And we're walking in, and as I go to step up the curb, it's one of those unusually large curbs, and I trip and do a barrel roll in front of everybody in the fucking restaurant. It was awesome. It was awesome. But I will say, and Gary has said it here very correctly, Moe's does have the best selection of ingredients. Moe's is fantastic. I do love Moe's, but about a year and a half ago, for the first time ever, Lindsay and I went to Chipotle, and I gotta say they're pretty fucking good. Matter of fact, that I got to the point where I started liking them a lot, and then one night we got Chipotle, and Lindsay spent the whole night barfing, which could have been Chipotle or could have been. I think we've all probably had this experience in our life where a food, even if it didn't cause it, now it's suddenly out of your wheelhouse. So I'm not allowed Chipotle in my life anymore. And yeah, Chris is right. People did get a straight. Yeah, what was it? Wasn't it like it wasn't really strange.
I don't like how they yell at you.
It was like botulism or something. Moe's is worse than Chipotle. Is he saying Moe's queso is great? I agree. But yeah, nobody likes that welcome to Moe's, and nobody likes it less than the employees, because
I'm sure. Yeah,
I work in a retail environment where I know there's certain things they make you want to do. And I could just imagine every time it's like, come on, guys, we got to get those welcome from those up from 16 an hour to 25 an hour. We got quotas, guys. I can't hear you in the back room. You know, like that kind of dumb shit.
Yeah. I feel bad for those people, but their food's good, so I don't care that much.
You think they have like a decibel meter, like where the boss is like watching, like, guys, not loud enough, not loud enough.
He's in the office looking at the fucking decibel meter like this. He's like, you know, guys, I got to be honest. I need you at a 7. You're at a 3. All right. Yeah, I'm not always puking. My wife is puking, Eugene. My wife, not me. All right. Little known fact, I'll tell you about it later. I haven't thrown up since 1996. I don't throw up. It's a thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
They avoid throwing up at all costs.
Yeah,
I've several years.
I would rather just have stomach pain for 2 hours than throw up.
Sometimes I wake up at like 3 a.m, throw up, and go back to sleep. It's quite normal for me.
Really? Yeah. Really?
I don't know that it is.
Well, I mean, I'm just all right. Normal's not the right word. It's just it's my, I don't know. It's a thing. Like once every couple months or so, I wake up and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
And I throw up and I'm like, I'm good. Going back to sleep.
I've got an incredible streak going. I threw the last time I threw up as a kid was in 1985, and I didn't throw up again until 1996. I went to a Super Bowl party, and everybody there got sick, and I spent 2 days throwing up.
That sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
Because Seinfeld didn't throw up for years. I have not thrown up since February of 1996, and I'll tell you though, it's kind of a curse because there have been some nights that I've been dying to throw up. Like, you know, like you're sick and it won't. I don't know if I have like a valve or something's not working, but yeah.
I've only thrown up twice in like this century, but both times it was for like 13 consecutive hours. It just never stopped.
The way you said that, you sound like a Highlander. I've only thrown up twice in this century. And Nick is correct. It was E. coli.
Yeah,
it was E. coli. That was what's John saying? Chi-Chi's was better than Chipotle. I don't know if I ever did.
That's going back.
Chi-Chi's was better than Chipotle, but Chi-Chi's isn't fast food.
Yeah, they're like a sit down. I try not to. Joe says I try not to puke at all costs, but it's what I don't know. I guess people really don't like puking. All right, Larry.
It's awful.
What number 10 fast food restaurant and or local hometown favorite do you have on your list?
The sandwich he got from a hobo once.
Is a big Kahuna burger? No, we got to keep this real. So not movies either. Then okay, move down. You know what? I'm gonna say number 10. I didn't put these in any order, but let's head out to Texas for some Whataburger. Anybody ever had Whataburger?
Never had it.
That's a tasty burger. Generally, Texas and that area has better beef anyway. Think about it. That's where all the cattle is.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a burger down there. It's pretty much always going to be better. But Whataburger for a fast food joint buries most fast food joints. It's almost all fast food joints around here. Just a really tasty, juicy burger and great. Fries are almost McDonald's like, which is a high benchmark for me because McDonald's fry is fantastic. And they're like McDonald's fries, but a little saltier, which I appreciate. I like salt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go Whataburger number 10. That's a favorite.
All right. I have heard of them. I've never had them.
Yeah, I've seen signs for them whenever we drove to Texas, but we weren't there long enough to.
Next time, stop.
Okay.
You'll be happy.
Yeah. All right. Road trip to Texas. All right. My number 10 is one that it's still around in Connecticut, but the closest one to me, the one in my town closed down, and I think the one in the town next closed down. They seem to be going out. And I didn't really eat it a lot in the last few years, but in my like 20s, there was one near my parents' house, and I liked it a lot. It's a D'Angelo's. D'Angelo's Sub Shop, right? So you get those sub shops, you get the Subways and the Blimpies and the Quiznos and all those, and they're all one way or another good. But D'Angelo's was just always a step above. They were the first ones that really had the flat top grill, and when you'd go into a D'Angelo's, it was all about chopping up steak and frying stuff up. And there's Owen, chopping up steak, frying stuff up, and onions and all the good stuff on there. The two that I was always a big fan of were the steak number 9, which was kind of like a fried steak, onions, peppers kind of thing, and the cheeseburger grinder at D'Angelo's.
That's the one.
It's just right.
It's like 4 cheeseburgers. It's like
it's 4 cheeseburgers on a grinder roll.
But it's delicious. I mean?
It's so delicious. You put whatever you like. Holly knows D'Angelo's bombs is the bomb. The cheeseburger sub, you got to get it. I don't think that they're as big as they used to be. Yep, yeah, and John knows D'Angelo's steak and cheese was the shit. Out of all of those, now Stu, you don't call them grinders over there. You call them
hoagies.
Do you have D'Angelo's out there?
I've never heard of this place. No.
Okay. All right. So this is not a Connecticut thing. This is, I think, kind of a across the country thing. But maybe. it's probably just
the last one I know of, I think, is in Fairfield.
There's one in Southington. I looked it up when I was doing research on this because there used to be one in my town, they closed, and there used to be one in North Haven, which is next to my town, they closed. But if you get a chance, if you go to a D'Angelo's, check it out. Lloyd, number 9, what do you got?
Number 9, man, you guys are gonna be disappointed. I don't have a lot of your kind of stuff, but this one is a nice little French bistro.
Oh,
I think you might be familiar with, called Au Bon Pain.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Respect.
I like the you get the Napa chicken wrap, really good stuff. Pretty fresh. Got a good selection of breads over there.
I used to work in the.
Should I feel fat that all my places are like burger dog places, and this dude's bringing up like fucking salads to go? Like,
no shit. Up on Pan's terrible for you. I used to work in the Pittsburgh airport, and there was one up there. And every single morning that I opened, I went up there and got chocolate croissants for breakfast. So good, so good.
Nice.
And regular croissants. Regular croissants also delicious.
I like a croissant. I do.
The closest I ever got to an Au Bon Pain is going to the West Farms Mall, which is in our area of Connecticut is the mall that I can't afford to shop at anyway. And just walking by Au Bon Pain and going, man, that should be a McDonald's.
That's actually the one I go to the most.
I know it is. You live right there.
Yeah, I do.
You probably spend your days in the fucking Lego store.
My kid says, I want to go to Sbarro's, so I take him to Sbarro's and I go across the hallway to Au Bon Pain.
Hey,
that's good. That's a good choice. I haven't seen one of those in years. But
I don't think I've ever seen one. Frankly,
yeah, West Farms Mall. There's one, and that's the one I can think of. Never stepped foot in it because I don't speak French, and
fair.
And honestly, I don't remember the West Farms. The one thing I remember about the West Farms Mall, and this is disqualified from my list because I don't remember it being great. But I remember if I was there, like in my teenage years, 20s, I would go to the A&W fucking root beer.
Oh yeah,
place. That
almost made my list.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah, it came close.
I think it was right across the hall from Au Bon Pain because I used to sit in there eating my food and throwing shit and going, you French fuckers, it's freedom fries.
There was two
A&W all the way across the mall, way at the other end.
Okay,
I'll mention these because they both almost made my list, but another similar place to A&W is Fuddruckers.
Yes.
You remember another one that almost made my list? Been gone. There hasn't been one around here in like 20 fucking years.
No, there is. There's in the Foxwoods.
That's not around. Casino. That's not around me at all, John. That's
it's
like an
Connecticut.
hour.
As Stu would say,
it's Connecticut. I think Connecticut would fit in my basement.
It could, but it's still an hour away, which is like fucking way out there. Like,
an hour away.
Yeah.
I love that. I live in a city. I have to drive an hour to visit like anybody I know.
Yeah,
you can get anywhere in Connecticut in an hour.
Yeah, but Fuddruckers was awesome because of the fucking toppings bar. Like you would just go get like a whole handful of pickles and put them on your fucking tray. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
Anthony knows. Anthony enjoyed Fuddruckers, and plus, there's always the risk of calling it like Fuckruckers. There's that it's that name. And I will say,
they made the joke out about that on Idiocracy, right? How Fuddruckers' name just slowly changed as time goes on.
That's right. And Lloyd, I will say, as Larry did, a quick almost ran on my list, but it didn't make it. You said Sbarro's for fast food type pizza place. I always like Sbarro's.
It's not horrible.
It's
There's
not horrible.
I always say everything about my food taste is low class, but the lowest class thing about me is how much I love Sbarro's spaghetti.
Sbarro's,
Sbarro's spaghetti. The sauce is good.
Sbarro's ziti.
They give you a pool of sauce, and then they put the spaghetti on it, and then cover it.
And they give you an overcooked piece of hard bread to dip in the sauce.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Their ziti was greasy. I don't know how they managed that, but it was fucking fantastic. I always like that. All right, Stu, what's your number 9?
Oh man, so many things on my list are just these low rent little places you've never heard of. So I'll start off with one of those. Fucky Fried Chicken.
What was that again?
Tell me about
Kentucky Fried Chicken. I remember as a kid, my parents always used to call it Fucky Fried Chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken, man. It's basic. It's there. I want to eat really delicious chicken from a bucket. I don't know who doesn't want that. Just put a bunch of pieces of chicken in a bucket. I will reach in and grab one and just eat it. That's great.
Are they back to buckets? Did they?
Yeah. When have they stopped having buckets? They had buckets.
We got a bucket about a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Well, when they
within the last month, I've gotten a bucket of chicken from them.
When they went all highfalutin and changed their name to KFC, when they didn't want you to know it was Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. Yeah, my wife, her first job was in the KFC.
Nice.
She got fired from there for sucking at working.
So you're going to say sucking the chicken?
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get fired from a fast food place?
Ask Lindsay. She's had it happen.
So hard. So hard.
I think she sassed someone in the drive-thru or something. Gave someone
we used to get high in the freezer. We used to smoke weed in the freezer, like while we were working. And the boss would be like, "Would you fucking quit it?" And we're like, fucking high as a kite. Yeah. Dude, customers used to come up and I would just laugh at them because I was so high. Like they'd be trying to order food and I'm just laughing. Like I can't do anything. I worked at the mall. Rocky's Cheesesteaks.
Oh, okay, the cheesesteak place, yeah.
Yeah. And then people are just like, let me have a small cheesesteak, and I'm just in hysterics. Like, I can't do anything. Meanwhile, my boss is like, you fucking get to work or go home. And I would go home, but I'm welcomed back the next day. It's so hard to get fucking fired from a fast food place.
Because the boss just wants to go home, man. He just wants to go home, and you show up, and he can leave.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that fucking Dwyer sucks, but you know what? Yeah.
At least he's not stealing money.
Yeah, so far. As far as we know.
I was too high. I couldn't figure out how to use a register.
Let me tell you something about Kentucky Fried Chicken. John Carrier, KFC is the worst. I would eat from a dumpster before I ate KFC. When I was a kid, the thing I loved about KFC, they stopped doing was they used to do that barbecue chicken with the sauce. Remember that barbecue chicken? I remember.
I don't think I ever had it, but I remember.
I don't go for that.
I don't think you can improve on base Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah. Like they came out with extra tasty crispy, and I'm like, no, this does not improve on what you've already made.
Oh, see,
give me that.
If I'm getting KFC, which I can't remember the last time I did, I'm getting the crunchy. I'm getting that extra crispy.
Oh, no.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Got to get that greasy, almost wet, it's so greasy chicken skin. That's good stuff.
All right, Larry, what's your number 9?
I'm about to throw up about the wet fucking crispy skin. All right. So semi-local, but
Marcellus.
It's
I think it's just Connecticut, but it's a fucking standard Duchess.
Oh,
I mean,
low.
Duchess is
Dude,
just
low. This is low on your list, man.
But I'm not in order. I'm not going in any order. I'm just picking.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, I'll keep like a number 1 and 2, but I'm just picking. I'm just throwing things out there. Duchess is a fantastic fast food, fresh fast food though, right? Like
that's the best about it.
Yeah,
if you want a breakfast sandwich, the guy cooks an egg and bacon and puts it on a roll for you.
Duchess is a diner that somehow has figured out how to be a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
And they've done it perfectly. And there's only, I think, 8 in the state, maybe. And it's all southern. It's all southern New England. It's all southern Connecticut too. Because here's the story. Many years ago, so I grew up in Middletown. We didn't have a Duchess. The closest was Wallingford, and I hadn't never really been there. I moved down to like Wallingford, southern half of the state, and I'm used to. I worked in Hamden. They used to go in Hamden. I got transferred to Bristol, and I remember one time saying, like, "You guys got any Duchess up here?" They had no. This is Connecticut still. We're literally only 20 miles away from where, and nobody knew what I was talking about. It was like a phantom, like Lloyd, where Lloyd lives, that doesn't exist up there.
No Duchess here.
No Duchess. It's all below. Like I think Wallingford, where I live, is the northernmost Duchess, and then going down. But man, the fucking you can get the breakfast all day there. They do the deals all the time for the breakfast sandwiches, like 2 for $4 or something like that. You got to get the hash brown and put it on top of the breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
Oh, my
well,
God.
I'm fat, so I get the 2 for $4 egg sandwich, and then I just put all the egg and meat on one. I throw the roll out, and then I put my hash brown on that as well, and I got a big fucking. But you know what I really love
There
at
you go.
Duchess? I love the chili cheeseburger.
Oh,
Chili
yeah.
cheeseburger at Duchess. It's
Yep.
like a sweeter chili.
Yep.
Yeah, Portuguese rolls, absolutely right.
Oh,
Dude.
Gary's so right. You got to ask for the Portuguese roll.
Dude, when you and Lloyd ate at the pho place that I told you to eat at,
Yeah.
you could have thrown a rock and hit the Duchess. It's right down the fucking road.
Yeah, I've never been to the one in Derby, but Chris mentions the one in Naugatuck, and I remember me and Lou went to a comic show right before COVID, like 3 months before COVID, and we saw a Duchess, and we were like, "Holy fuck, there's a Duchess!"
Yep. I grew up eating from the one on Boston Ave in Bridgeport. Which, funny story. One morning, people came to open up the Duchess, and there was a guy dead on the grill. Somebody had shot him overnight and threw him on the grill, like while it was closed.
They
But
just
I
threw
don't
him on
think
the
Duchess-
menu.
I don't think they closed. I think they just kind of sweeped him off and worked through it. They're like, it's all good.
And that's gross. That's totally gross. And Lindsay's totally right. They have that old person menu with salmon and shit on it.
They have like, if you actually read their menu,
liver and onions is on Duchess's menu.
Yeah.
dude,
God.
That's
like a
old people
chicken
shit.
parm sandwich. Like, there's a whole lot of weird, like, egg salad. I'm like, egg salad at Duchess. Like, okay.
Yeah, and I've had the egg salad. It's fucking good.
I've
if
had
you
the turkey burger and it's fucking good. I was like, this might be one of the best turkey burgers I've ever.
Go to a Duchess at like 4:00 on a weekday, and literally every old person in your town is getting their dinner there. It's just a weird. It's like Friendly's used to be. Friendly's used to be where old people go
Yeah.
fucking to drop dead.
Yeah.
Duchess is the new version. Yeah,
Great
So-
ice cream at Friendly's though. Great.
Yes.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Anthony's right. I think they do lobster rolls now at Duchess. Anthony gets it because he's a Southern Connecticut guy. Duchess is the bomb. All right.
Yeah.
So that was Larry's number 9. My number 9. Let's see. What do I got here? I got my list written down here. What did I do? D'Angelo's. My 10. All right.
You should
I'm
have
gonna go.
10 things. You've only named one.
No, I know. I was trying to remember if I went to 2 already. I'm going to go with Roy Rogers, which they're not a lot anymore. They're still around. They're mostly on highways, kind of like hookers and serial killers. They're mostly on highways. They've mostly been all usurped by Arby's, which Arby's owns Wendy's, I think,
Fuck Arby's.
and
Sorry.
also owns Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers until Popeyes chicken sandwich, which above and beyond, as advertised, is the best fast food chicken sandwich in the world. Before that, Roy Rogers had one called the Gold Rush chicken sandwich. A breaded piece of chicken,
Yep.
crispy bacon, and then some kind of like fucking honey sauce
Yeah,
on
like
the bun.
honey glaze. Yeah.
The bun was toasted, so it was crunchy. The bomb. You could also, what I liked about Roy Rogers was you can get sandwiches, you can get roast beef. They had the fixins bar, and then why the fuck not? We're gonna do fried chicken too, right?
Yeah.
So you want fried chicken, fine. You want a sandwich, fine. You want a hamburger, fine. Oh, and there, put your own shit on it. Which, thank you. I want to put my own shit on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Now, the other thing about Roy Rogers was the one in North Haven that I frequented the most. I don't know what it was. I never went there once. If I went there 50 times, I never went there once where a bus didn't show up. I think that they're on some kind of like bus line, like a route, but they have a bell for the bus driver to ring when he gets in. It's fucking crazy. So
yeah, dude, the Trumbull Mall, which was my mall growing up in Bridgeport, it's like right over the line. They had a Roy Rogers, and again, back to my days of being high as a kite. Me and my friend Billy, anytime we were in the mall high, which was very often, it was Roy Rogers for the roast beef sandwich. But then you mentioned I'm a sucker for a fixins bar, like a free fixins bar, handful of pickles, and get this, sounds strange, but their barbecue sauce and mayonnaise together. When you're high, it works.
I'll be honest, I did that when I wasn't high. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Joe says in January he ate a Roy Rogers for the first time in 30 years. Joe, it was good. I haven't been to Roy Rogers in like 10 years.
I was going to say I haven't eaten at a Roy Rogers in 30 years, so that's perfect.
Roy Rogers and Trumbull Mall was the first time Anthony ever saw a salad bar.
Good call. Yeah, they did have a salad. They did have a salad
Mhm.
bar.
Did it have
Yep.
a sneeze guard? Hopefully.
I
All
don't
right.
remember.
Manster, what are we at? You're number 8. What do we got?
Number 8. This is the most the lamest one on my list, in my opinion, right here.
Chickpea Palace.
No. It's a very common one, and I get it because there's two things. There's options, and they're usually close by. It's Wendy's,
Yeah.
Oh,
right? I go
frightfully
there
low.
for the spicy
Frightfully
chicken
low.
sandwich. The spicy chicken sandwich is pretty good when you're in a pinch. And if it's not chicken sandwich and fries, I'm gonna get the chili and baked potato.
That's a good
And
one.
it's the only place like that where you can get chili and a baked potato.
Carlos Danger lost his virginity in a Roy Rogers salad bar.
In the salad bar.
Yeah, well, you know what? Everybody's got to do something different, right?
Yeah, watch out for
gotta
the dressing over there.
Everybody's got to have that one thing that makes them a little bit different. And Wendy's has the baked potatoes,
Baked
right?
potato.
Yeah,
That's
And the
their
chili.
thing.
And the chili.
And the chili.
And
Yeah.
the ice cream in a cup that you eat with a
you
spoon.
get the baked potato.
I
You
don't
pour the chili
understand
on.
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't understand the Frosty. Is it a shake? Is it an ice
Is it an
cream?
ice cream? Is it a
Not
shake?
only that,
No, it's
I've never known.
I
You
love
can
it.
buy,
Weird
like around the
conglomeration.
holidays.
Yeah.
Around the holidays, you can buy a coupon book for $1
Yeah.
that gives you
Yes.
free Frosties, like 10 free Frosties.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a
But
good
they're
deal.
only valid from like January to March. You know, prime frosty weather.
And they get you to go more. Yeah.
Stu, are you
I
one
will-
of those? Are you
What?
one of those guys that gives a shit what kind of weather it is? I'll eat ice cream.
No,
In-
no,
I'll eat
no,
ice
I'll
cream.
do
You
it.
could,
I'll
you,
do
could lock,
it.
you could lock me in a fucking
But I know
freezer.
why they. But I
I'll
know
eat ice
why
cream.
they do it in those months because they figure most people won't go those months to get a frosty. I'll fucking go those months to get a frosty.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm going to say this, and people argue, but those people are wrong. Wendy's best fast food French fries.
No.
No.
They're
Yes,
okay, but they're nowhere near best.
I will say
They're
this.
8,000% better than McDonald's.
Oh fuck
No,
Stu,
no,
fuck
no,
you.
no.
Honestly,
Sorry.
no offense, Stu, but fuck you. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
McDonald's fries are so overrated. We'll talk
Yeah.
about McDonald's on my list later.
You
but-
and your Moe's and your Wendy's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. You'll hate my next one. Don't worry.
well,
Do you
I-
remember, like maybe 2 years ago, Wendy's changed up the fry? They tried to go for like an all-natural fry.
the crispy
Yeah.
fry or whatever, right?
Oh, vaguely,
Yeah.
yeah.
It didn't. It was like new Coke. I don't think it hung around
Yeah,
too long.
No,
No.
but you know what they do have now is they do the chili fry now, where
Ah.
you could get it. It comes in a
Oh,
platter,
that's right. Yeah.
and they put chili on it. And the
Yeah.
other thing, I will give Wendy's credit. Now, what Stu said about the fries was erroneous. I strike that from the record.
Mhm.
But
They're so good.
have any of you tried a Wendy's breakfast sandwich yet?
No.
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah,
one
they're
near my work isn't open
As
for
a,
breakfast.
as a rule,
So
I
good.
hate breakfast fast food.
No,
Wendy's breakfast sandwiches are so fucking good.
Yeah.
they're not bad.
They,
You
they
know-
put them on hamburger rolls. Yeah. You question: is Stu from Mars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're so
Yes.
good. They're so
Yes,
good.
yes.
Now, one more question
You
about
know,
Wendy's.
You know what else is good? I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
but you're talking about the breakfast, dude. John, you got to get the biscuit with the honey butter.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm,
Oh, it's fucking fantastic. I could eat like 22 of them, and it's bad. That's bad news.
22.
Marcellus, what is the for $4 at Wendy's? I want to
They
know.
have like you can get like a single burger or fries, a baked potato. It's like 4 different menu options you pick and choose, and it comes to $4.
Ooh,
not
that might
bad.
be- that might be
I
a
think
little
I have $4. As a matter
I
of
have
fact.
if you don't, we could pull it together. Lloyd, what was your
Jet,
last?
do you
one at
have
Wendy's?
$4?
I'm wondering if anybody else remembers. There is a Wendy's on the Berlin Turnpike right near the Hartford Drive-In.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
It's
used to have some sort of fixins bar, and it
It's
had chocolate
between-
pudding.
between Hooker Hotel number 33.
Yes, yeah, that one, and the Grantmore.
Grant Moore. Yeah. Yeah.
But this one used to have a
Love food.
fixins bar that actually had chocolate pudding.
really?
I don't know that I would eat that. I got to
Yeah.
tell you.
Oh,
Lots
I
of
ate
buff-
it.
Lots
Yeah,
of
no, I ate
buffets
it.
have chocolate pudding.
Yeah,
so
and
that
I don't
doesn't
and I
seem-
don't eat. The
Oh
pudding
yeah, no,
from the
I don't
buffet.
eat it. No.
Especially on the Berlin Turnpike. The Berlin Turnpike.
Those who don't know.
The Berlin Turnpike's motto should be. Oh wait, Larry's kids are right there. I'm not going to say it out loud.
hear you.
Oh, they can't hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
The Berlin Turnpike's motto should be: "Want to fuck someone you don't know?" The Berlin Turnpike.
That's
That's
100%
true.
it.
But also had a Roy Rogers too.
Jalen,
Yeah,
what's your favorite fast food restaurant? I won't be mad at you. Domino's? I think we struck
Oh.
pizza out of the deal, didn't we?
No,
I don't
pizza's in
have
there.
any. I don't have any
Pizza's in.
pizza places.
Pizza's
Pizza's
Yeah.
in. What's your second favorite? I know what it is. You might as well just say the grossness. Make Stu happy.
That's good radio.
What? KFC or McDonald's? Since when did KFC get elevated?
Stu really talked it up.
Yeah, Stu, I'm sending her to your house. Like, you guys
I'll
might
take
as well
her to
hang out.
KFC.
You guys might as well hang out.
Jalen, the next time you guys get Domino's, if you have not had it, try the Philly
She can't hear
cheesesteak.
you.
Philly
I know, I'm
cheesesteak.
relaying
Oh, she won't eat the Philly cheesesteak from Domino's, will you? The Philly cheesesteak pizza. It's a pizza, but they put like shredded steak and peppers and onions.
Huh.
Yeah, I think, John. I think we're gonna do it.
All right, give it a
We
shot.
recently did the cheeseburger one because
Oh, that sounds good.
oh no, it's terrible. Once in a while she has to order, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll order two, and it's bad. But
Look, let's be honest. Domino's is better than Pizza Hut, right? Domino's has somehow gone
No,
past
I
me. Lloyd doesn't
neither-
agree.
no,
I don't agree
but
either.
I wouldn't eat
really
either
like
of them.
either of them.
I think
Yeah,
Pizza
I'm not a
Hut's
big fan
better
of
than
either.
Domino's.
Domino's always makes me sick, though.
Yeah.
Caesars and Papa John's.
Papa John's. You've never had Papa John's.
I want to try it.
Have you never
Oh.
had Papa
No,
John's?
Papa John's is the worst.
There's not many around here.
Papa John's is kind of lesser up here.
I know.
Kind of lesser up
You gotta
here.
get some
Say-
delicious
say
racist
goodnight. Wave
pizza,
everybody.
man.
Wave, bye.
Bye, Jalen. All right, Stu, what do you got for your number 8?
So my number 8 is the biggest discrepancy I have between how much I love the food and how janky and shitty the store always is. Long John Silver's.
I don't think I've ever been to one.
I love Long John Silver's. I think they have great chicken, really good fish, but every time I go into one, I feel like there should be like 3 people doing heroin in a corner. The last
The
2
floor
times
is
in my,
always so greasy.
yeah, the last 2 times in my life I've gone to a Long John Silver's, I went through the drive-thru and I looked inside and all the lights were off and the people were just wearing regular ass clothes, and I genuinely thought, these people were robbing this store and they're just happening to also take my order just to throw me off their scent.
That has happened in real life before, where people are robbing a place. They got the people tied up in the back, and they take your money.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get your food, who cares who you're paying?
Yeah, that's fine. If you
Hopefully-
know how to throw chicken and fish in the fryer, that's great. I don't care if Long John Silver's Incorporated is paying you.
I think in Connecticut, we have one that I remember, and
There's
I think
one
it's
in Plainville.
Plainville, but it's one of those 3 places, right? Like Long John Silver's,
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's a thing.
To survive, a lot of those places had to do that. Like almost all the Long John Silver's around here have closed. Like there's one, and the drive-through. Like I've been to the drive-through when there were 2 cars in front of me, and I sat in the drive-through for 20 minutes until I eventually tapped out and drove away. But it's like I don't know. They're the worst run business in the world. But man, I would eat their chicken. I would eat it. I love it.
Anthony stole my thunder because
I was going to say the same thing.
When I was a kid in Middletown, there was Arthur Treacher's on Route 66 in Middletown.
What's a treacher? What's a fucking treacher?
Arthur Treacher was an English
That's just a
actor.
name. Yeah.
It was, and for whatever reason, he loaned his name. It was fast food fish and chips. It was fucking good.
It was
it good?
great.
This place, if it exists today, it hasn't existed in Connecticut in 30 plus years. Like the one that I remember when I was a kid changed to it was called Scooby's at one point, and then became a Frankie's probably in 1982. That's how long ago. I'm surprised Anthony, I know Anthony's a little bit younger than me, remembers Arthur Treacher's, unless they were kind of in the area where he is too. But yeah, awesome fish and chips, hush puppies. Lloyd's
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
of an advanced age, so he remembers all that stuff.
Advanced stage.
Killing me with that stuff, man.
All right, so Long John Silver's. Larry, what's your number 8?
All right. I'm sorry for most of you, but this is going to be super local. And it's a place that's not around anymore. They've been closed
Play
for
with
like
my Sword of Omens.
play with the Sword of Omens. It's been closed for like 15 years, I think. It's a place called Paul's Famous Burgers in Milford. It was a one fucking place. It wasn't a chain. Just a really, really awesome burger and hot dog place. And what made it was the bread. Like, I don't know where I knew somebody who worked there. My friend Brett worked there, and he told me, I think there was a local bakery that made their hamburger and hot dog rolls for them. But a really good hamburger roll can make a fucking burger. And it was just your typical like real good, greasy, not too thick hamburger on this perfectly baked, fluffy fucking bun. And man, they were fantastic. Unfortunately, they went out like I said, like 15, 20 years ago. Place is still empty, still says Paul's. People over the time have said that they're going to open it back up, but nothing's ever happened. And I'm sure it's got to be a dilapidated mess inside now. But that's mine. Paul's.
That might be your next venture, Larry. You know,
Rest in peace. Too big. I think it's probably too expensive. That's probably why. No, it was one of those places that has like a big parking lot, so they would do like classic car shows and shit.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of in Milford. There's a lot of places like that do that. But this place, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they went under, but it's a fucking shame. Rest in peace, Paul's. Famous.
Rest in peace, Paul's. John Amato says, I went to an Arthur Treacher's in Ohio 3 years ago. Gary, in Glastonbury, there's an Arthur Treacher's paired with a Nathan's hot dogs. Oh, interesting. And hey, Patrick, what's going on? Arthur Treacher's was merged into a Nathan for a while, but Nathan's drained them like the chicken life force, and they exploded in a cloud of dust. Well, now we know all the history. Patrick is so knowledgeable. I know more about admirals and more about Arthur Treacher's now. All right.
What's another thing that got kind of sucked into that dual rest, because that's only happened like over the past like 10 years, like
10, 15
these
years,
things just
Orange
Julius
around here. Oh, Orange Julius all merged with Dairy Queen. Yeah,
Dairy Queen sucked Orange Julius into it like the end of
vortex.
Dead Alive. Like at the end of Dead Alive, when the mother's giant vagina eats the guy,
yes.
that was Orange Julius getting sucked into. Because it used to. I remember I went to the Waterbury Mall. I hadn't seen Orange Julius in many years. I went to the Waterbury Mall, and like the Dairy Queen here does not have Orange Julius in Wallingford, but the Waterbury Mall one had the sign. I went, holy fuck, and I got an Orange Julius like 5 or 6 years ago, and it tasted like. And this is going to sound stupid, but it tasted like childhood. I had not had an Orange Julius in so long.
I used to drink. There was a Trumbull Mall had a fucking Orange Julius, dude. I got so high one time that I fell asleep laying on the floor.
All your stories about being high.
Picture me with long ass hair and a trench coat, asleep on the floor in front of the Orange Julius.
Kevin
fucking people are poking at me, fucking. But dude, I never liked the actual Orange Julius. I like the Pina Colada one. Like that.
Okay. Yeah, because they had strawberry. They had a strawberry.
And they also had, if your Orange Julius was cool enough, they had hot dogs, and they had pizza dogs. So it would be a hot dog, where they would put pepperoni sauce and cheese and like melt it and then put it on your bun. It's fucking fabulous.
Or rip Orange Julius. All right, my number 8 will just skip right over me. All I'll say is meatloaf sandwich, Boston Market. Lloyd, you're number 7.
Number 7. There's a place on the Berlin Turnpike yet again. I think most of mine are probably on the Berlin Turnpike.
Berlin Turnpike. Want to get herpes? Berlin Turnpike.
Herpes and sex and fast food. But there's a little place tucked in over by Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It's called Doogie's.
Oh, I've heard of Doogie's.
It's the home of the 2-foot hot dog.
I've heard of it. Oh,
really good stuff. They've got everything. You got your hot dog, your hamburgers, your fish platters, your just everything. And I think they even have this massive hot dog that if you eat it, you get it for free.
I'll try that. I like a good hot dog.
Always, if you're in the mood for a hot dog or a burger, you're around there. Fried clams, great place to go.
What is the reason here? This is a fast food question, even for everybody listening. Everybody. Why don't more fast food places like Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's do hot dogs? Why?
Burger King's tried.
I have an answer.
They just a few years ago.
No one will like it.
Burger King had hot dogs just a few years ago.
Is your answer going to be that I can't get through health standards, Stu?
No, my answer is that hot dogs are fucking disgusting and no one should eat them.
How is it the one guy in the world that I would figure eats like 6 hot dogs a day doesn't eat hot dogs at all?
No, hot dogs are gross as fuck.
Get some chili on that?
Just eat the chili. I mean, the chili is good. That's the part I want. I'll just eat that.
Patrick feels that Boston Market is too classy to be called fast food. It should be called honorary real food. No, we're gonna go
order it at a counter and walk away.
Yeah, you could go to a drive-through and get it. Now, I wanted to say this during our Duchess talk earlier. If you like Duchess, I suggest, unless you have a lot of time, don't go through the drive-through. Should not have Duchess should not have a drive-through because again, like we said, it's a diner. Essentially, yeah, and Anthony's right. Duchess hot dogs are the shit. They're delicious. All right, so Stu, what do you got for your number 7?
Moving on
hot
to
dog place, obviously.
not a hot dog place. The first of the 3 big fast food triumvirates on my list, Burger King. Burger King's fine.
Burger King.
That's good. I like the Whopper, and I like the original chicken sandwich is good. Their fries are mediocre. Nothing else really stands out, but the Whopper is a good sandwich, and the original chicken sandwich is pretty good.
Original? You don't mean the grilled chicken, right?
No, the original, like the long one.
Yeah, it's not chicken though.
I don't care what it is. It's good.
My
They
wife
could call it anything they want.
I don't know what those symbols mean, but I know my wife fucking like. I could tolerate Burger King. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I work directly next to a Burger King,
Yeah.
so I have to go outside with customers all day long, and I always get the "How do you stand working next to that place?" I could smell it in the air. It's like, dude, you work next to a Burger King for 13 years. You don't want to fucking think about Burger King. My wife fucking hates Burger King. She got a chicken tender one time and had like a tendon in it. Chicken snap tenders.
Chicken snap.
She bit it and it snapped back. Boom.
Anthony says OG chicken sandwich.
Marcellus
OG
got busy
chicken
in a
sandwich
Burger
is
King.
really good.
I'm not a huge fan. I do think a Whopper is a good burger. I like some of the variants they've done. I like the Angry Whopper. I liked when they had those little fried onions and little jalapenos. But overall, Burger King is. If I had to pick up the big 3, if it was like fuck, marry, or kill, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King is getting killed every single time.
Yeah,
Worst
fucking fries. Worst fries, man.
Yeah, they're not good fries.
No, never been good.
No. I did used to like and prefer their breakfast sandwiches to McDonald's breakfast sandwiches, though.
I can't agree with that. McDonald's has
the Chris sandwich. The Chris sandwich was better than anything McDonald's had. Yeah. But like I said, I don't like breakfast sandwiches all that much.
McDonald's has the fucking McGriddle, dude, and that's
after though. That's okay. That's
yeah. That didn't. The McGriddle didn't come about when we were kids. The McGriddle.
Burger King also had the fucking first French toast sticks, which were pretty fucking key. Those were good. Those were good.
Holly says Burger King Twister fries were awesome.
Twister fries. What's a Twister fry?
Marcellus, much like Shock G, once got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
Rest in peace, Shock G.
Rest in peace. And Chris, we are going to have a Frankie's near us soon. Is that true? Because I like Frankie's, and Chris also says Frankie's is did not make my list, but they're a very good.
They are very good.
Small, I think Connecticut only chain. Yeah, seafood, burgers, dogs, all that good stuff. All right, Larry, number 7. What do you got?
To answer Patrick, I know of Soylent Green. I haven't seen Soylent Green.
I have.
It's people.
It's people.
So Soylent Green is people. All right, where am I going to go next? So Cinnabon doesn't count, right?
Yeah, it would.
It could, sure. It's dessert, but
I fucking love Cinnabon.
That's my number 11.
Why wouldn't it count?
It counts.
Because it's not food. Is it food?
It's food.
And actually, they've gone downhill. Cinnabon's not as good as they fucking used to be. I'll say that.
But you get to sit there and watch them roll out the dough and the
All right, we're gonna, and again, these are in no fucking order until we get to number 1. But Fairfield, Super Duper Weenie in Fairfield. I know Stu hates hot dogs, but Super Duper Weenie. The guy started off with just a truck back when trucks weren't cool. This was like 1994-ish. And I used to run into him when I worked in Fairfield, and he would be parked in Fairfield. And he, to this day, made me the best veggie burger I've ever had. He would make a veggie burger on a Portuguese roll with this spicy relish that he made. And that's kind of what Super Duper is known for, not the fucking veggie burger, but their homemade relishes. This guy went to Culinary Institute of America. He's a legit chef. He makes all of his own relishes and chilies and everything. So it's not the hot dog so much, but it's the amazing toppings that he puts on these things. And also best fucking French fries. They just do, everything's fresh, everything's homemade, everything's local. And it's fantastic. They opened up a spot. He moved from the truck to an opened up spot in Fairfield. I don't know, probably like 15 years ago. And also, I will say, best milkshake I've ever had, hands down.
I've heard of it. I actually think, I could be wrong. I think, did Guy Fieri do an episode with him?
Yep.
I saw that because I remember them saying Fairfield and Bridgeport. See, for me, living, and again, Stu will laugh at this, but living in the center of the state, I never get
Everything's
down
so far away.
It's not far away, but I never get down to Fairfield. Fairfield, also notoriously, the traffic is like a fucking nightmare to get down there. It's one section of the state that I never go to, but I think I've heard before one of the best barbecue places is down in Fairfield. I can't remember the name of it, but I've heard.
No, there was a place called Wilson's that was down there that was really good, but there's Hoodoo Brown and Danbury.
Hoodoo Brown, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great place.
Yes, Super Duper was on a Food Network show. Eve agrees, and thank John. I don't know. You're welcome, Chris. I don't know what for, but
absolutely,
absolutely. All right, so my number 7. Right, we're on 7. I'm gonna go with. So this is one that I used to eat the frozen versions of as a kid. My mom would pick them up and put them in the freezer.
Oh, don't do it.
And I never knew.
Feeling nauseous.
I never knew the size was you can't feel nauseous with this. Trust me. I think you're gonna love these.
All right.
Used to love these, like the frozen version for lunch here and there. Was out in Ohio in 1995. And we were going into a store or something, me and my 2 friends, and then when we came out, we noticed in the middle of the parking lot was a White Castle.
Oh.
I had never. Oh no way, dude! You don't like?
I've never even had White Castle.
Yeah, I've never had it. There's none around here.
There's none around here either. So I had them, and in the frozen version, they're this big, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So we walk over to the White Castle, and I go in and I say to the girl or guy, I go, I'll have 2 burgers and a fry and a drink. And she goes, you only want 2 burgers? And I went, yeah. She goes, you know our burgers are this big, right? And she pulls a burger out and shows it to me. And I went, holy fuck, the frozen version is the same thing as the regular version.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and Anthony's right. They are in the Bronx. So I end up getting a 10 bag and, some fries and a drink. We go back to our hotel. They're fucking glorious, dude. They're glorious.
Really?
The bun is steamed. They cook everything. They put a layer. They put the onions down first. They poke holes in the meat. They put that on top of the onions. They put it. It's so good. It's so awesome. And unfortunately, Patrick's very lucky. White Castle everywhere. He says they suck. They do not suck. The makers of Harold and Kumar were very right to use White Castle. And a few years ago, within the last 10 years, a guy that I used to work at a store close to mine, he used to go down to New York all the time to see dog racing or horse racing. And when he would go every few weeks, he'd come back up with, they sell them in cases, and he would freeze it. He would get a couple Crave cases and freeze them. And then if he brought a couple in for lunch, he would be at his store, which is close to mine. He'd be at my store all the time. He'd bring me 2 or 3 every once in a while. I absolutely fucking everybody fucking doesn't. Eve doesn't like White Castle. What is happening? What is happening?
I've never had it. I can't argue with you.
Well, let me ask you a question, Stu. Do you like to poop 6 seconds after you've eaten?
No.
Because if you do, White Castle is for you.
White Castle are fucking the bomb.
Listen, they don't taste bad. They don't. It's like no burger you've ever had. The steamed onions and the bread being soft. It's all good, but I'm not. Maybe it's just me, but like I have to eat them on the toilet. Like I get on the toilet and I'm like, okay, bring me the White Castle because it's just kind of.
Larry is every character from a Friday the 13th movie we've watched.
Yeah.
In the last like 10 or 12 years, the town I live in Wallingford, Connecticut, we have on Route 5, which is our main road, we have every fucking fast food restaurant you can imagine. And in the last 12 years, we got a Sonic and we got a Chick-fil-A, which are both, in my opinion, garbage. I don't know if they're on any of your lists, but I think they're both. Sonic has good ice cream. But
real good drinks. Sonic's drinks are fantastic.
They have the good limeades.
All that stuff's good. Their food is garbage.
Awful.
And Chick-fil-A, aside from their business practices and all their other garbage, it's not really that good. I'm always waiting for them to say we're gonna drop a fucking. We got a smash burger, closed down immediately. We got a Chipotle. If they say that they are gonna put a White Castle in Wallingford, I'm just gonna pass out.
Not happening.
Just gonna pass out.
Never gonna happen. They're not moving to Connecticut. They've been talking about it everywhere for years.
Patrick says sometimes you shit your pants as they're handing the bag to you.
Handing the bag.
Yeah, it's. But listen, I'll agree with John. The flavor. John must have a stomach of iron. He hasn't thrown up since 1973,
Yeah,
so he's
that's
obviously
96.
got a good stomach. Me, it's right fucking through. But they're not. They don't taste bad. The last time I had them was when was the last time the Raiders played at Giants Stadium? Maybe like 4 years ago. My brother-in-law was like, "Yeah, we're stopping." I'm like, "Oh God, all right, fucking,
We
we'll
should
do
just
it."
hand you some Depends when you get the bag.
Exactly.
Right? You're
And
gonna
like I
need
said,
this.
it doesn't taste bad, but just
That makes sense now that whenever you ask Larry, do you like White Castle? He just goes, depends.
yeah, depends.
All right, Manster, number 6. What do you got?
Number 6, huh? Well, for number 6, when I was working in Wallingford, in John's hometown there, I used to go to a Brugger's place for breakfast, but one day it was closed. So I had to drive somewhere else. So I drove
Head
around the
fake, not
corner.
Brugger's.
What's that?
I said head fake, not Brugger's.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to drive around the corner and go to this place that I never had gone to before. It was called Duchess.
Yeah.
Amazing breakfast sandwich, and that was it. You know, I'd go there every freaking day after that.
Look at that. Three
Yeah.
out of 4. 3 out of 4 can't be wrong, and Stu would definitely be on this one if he.
Dude,
if
you'd
he
like
ever
it. You'd
Yeah.
like it.
Yep.
We're gonna get Stu
Another
out.
one though, and we all agree the fries aren't that great.
Oh, absolutely. Duchess's
I
fries are weak as fuck.
Yeah,
don't need the fries.
Are weak as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
a
They're very
shame.
thin. They're very thin. They're not
Yeah.
good. You're absolutely right about that. The Duchess does almost everything right. Their fries are garbage.
Yeah, and they also now have those sweet soda machines that have like 745 different options.
A lot of places have those.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
those.
Yeah, that's great. That's
You can
great.
even get a damn good sandwich, you know, just like a turkey
I've heard.
sandwich. Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, the
Right.
wraps are good there too.
Yep.
Yep. Duchess is all good. If I like liver and onions, I'd probably be like, their liver and onions is the bomb. I just won't eat liver and onions.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
All right, Stu, number 6. What do you got?
The exact middle of the road in fast food, I guess. Like, I eat there a lot, but it's because they're always the goddamn closest place to wherever I am. McDonald's. It's fine. It's McDonald's. You know exactly what
It's
you're
fine.
getting at McDonald's. They have McNuggets, and you can't really argue with that.
They have good fries.
All right, real quick.
Their fries are good. Their fries are good. They're not the
I'll-
best,
I'll-
but the
they're the
McNuggets.
best.
McNuggets.
Stu, your go-to sauce for fries. Or go-to sauce for nuggets. Sorry,
Oh,
pardon me.
hot mustard.
Hot mustard. Larry,
Yeah.
if you're going to do the nuggets, if you ever did the nuggets, what would you go for?
Barbecue. Sorry,
Barbecue.
boring. Sorry.
I'm going to go with sweet and sour, but I'm going to go even further back. I don't think they do this anymore. They used to do honey. Remember they did the real,
Oh, yeah, they did.
the
Yeah.
real like fucking shallow things of honey. So honey or sweet and sour. Lloyd, what would you do?
I go for honey mustard usually.
Fair.
They have
Mustard.
honey mustard?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like
always
honey
I always
mustard.
get hot mustard.
Yeah, the hot mustard is good. It's got a little bit of that chemically burn taste to it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got rid of hot mustard maybe up here. All right.
They didn't here. They still have it here, definitely.
Okay.
Fucking Pittsburgh with their hot mustard.
God
All right,
damn it.
Larry, number 6. What do you got?
Let's see, number 6. Dun 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 dun. Let's try some kind of order. Or let's no, I don't want to do that. All right, let's go to Bridgeport, my hometown, place called Merritt Canteen.
Jesus.
What?
Larry's got a map. He doesn't have a list. He just has a map he's looking at.
Listen,
Larry's things are literally like I went up to a hobo one day and he
Southern
gave me a piece
Connecticut,
of lettuce.
Southern Connecticut has a lot of great and has over the years had a lot of great kind of greasy burger dog places, and Merritt Canteen's been around since the 40s. Just a great fried hot dog. So it's super crisp. I like a snap. I like a good snap. Great mozzarella sticks,
But not from the
which
chicken
isn't-
tenders.
Not from the no, you don't want your tenders to snap back. Great crinkle fries. Big fan of crinkle fries. That's my favorite kind of fry.
Crinkle fries are good.
Yeah, they're good there. And if you like hot chili, like that's the fucking place. I can't take it. I can't eat it. It's too fucking hot. Like I've taken one bite in my life and I've been like, I'm gonna fucking die unless I get all of this out of my fucking mouth hole right now. Like, it's so fucking hot. But then, like, I go with my buddy Wayne, and he's like, "Give me a Georgia Red Hot with chili." I'm like, "You're out of your fucking head." But he just sits there and fucking and eats it. Some people love it. The taste is good, just way too hot. But Mare Canteen in Bridgeport, if you've never been, it's another place. Guy Fieri has been there as well. He went there.
I've never been there, but Chris and Anthony are both singing its praises. And
dude, they're open till like 4 a.m.
So the other day, Larry, when we were discussing this list, and you were trying to like narrow it down, and you sent me, "What about Merritt Canteen?" I thought you were joking because when you first said, "I'm not familiar with the place," I thought you meant State Canteen. I thought you meant those fucking food trucks that come to like workplaces. I'm like, does Larry eat like fucking chilled egg salad sandwiches out of the back of someone's truck often?
No, but I used to do that. That was my job for a while. Did you know that?
Did you really do that?
I drove a roach coach. Which is what we call them down here.
Making meat pies.
And I used to eat off the roach coach when I worked at a garage years ago.
You know how many times I got held up at gunpoint? That's a good time.
Really?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, drive one of those around fucking Bridgeport for a while. See what happens. See how many times you get actually hit in the back of the head with a pistol. Like, oh, this is great. Yeah, wonder why I got high so much.
All right, my number 6. I'm gonna one-up Stu with his choice of KFC, and I'm gonna go to the real fried chicken place, Popeyes. I love Popeyes. Popeyes. So I do like KFC. I'm not against KFC, but KFC, like, all of their sides seem so, like, I don't know, like sci-fi. Like, they're totally, like, the mashed potatoes are like what a Star Trek replicator would think are mashed potatoes. But when you go to like Popeyes, like the dirty beans and rice and they're like mashed potatoes and all of their sides are fucking excellent. Their chicken is excellent. They do the spicy chicken, which is fantastic. And if you go to the Popeyes, you're more likely to get attitude from someone that works there. I went to Popeyes. I went to Popeyes once in Hamden, and this big lady behind the counter, and there was a sign that said, "We're doing a special 2 pieces and a side for whatever." So it said 2 pieces, and it was like, leg, thigh, wing, breast, right? So I just thought it meant pick your 2 pieces and your side. So I go, I'm going to do the 2-piece special. I'm going to do leg and breast. And she goes, leg and thigh, or wing and breast. And just like that. Just like that. And I was just like, I'll have the wing and breast. And then I sat in the corner and cried myself while I was shaking eating my Popeyes. No, but a couple summers ago or whatever it was, Popeyes all of a sudden on Twitter is blowing up the sandwich. You can't get it anywhere. And my wife went to Disney in December, so the few days, she wasn't home, and I'm like fending for myself. And I was driving home from work on a Sunday night, and there's a Popeyes right next to my work, and I hadn't gone there in a long time because the Popeyes in my town, even though the food is good, worst service ever. You'll never get the right thing. And I said, you know what? It's been about 5 months since all that hullabaloo about their fucking sandwich. I'm going to see if they have any. So I order 2 of them, not realizing that these fucking things are the size of my head, right?
Big sandwich.
I ate them both because they're that fucking good. I didn't even, the second one, I just kind of ate because I hated myself because it was so good. I finished the first one. I thought I could put this in my lunch sack for tomorrow and have it for lunch. No, I'm a fat fuck. I destroyed the second one. They're just, I love Popeyes. I've always liked everything about that place.
Here's what I have to say about Popeyes. It's the only thing I don't like about it. I am the kind of person that when I go to a place that serves wings or anything where they have a chart where it's like we go from green to red, I am the person that's like, do you have anything to the left of green that's like blue that you don't even put on the menu because nobody wants it? Popeyes is too spicy for me. I eat Popeyes and it's like, oh, this burns my mouth. I don't like that. KFC, I don't have that problem. Popeyes food is good, but too spicy for me. All right, so I have the tongue of a 3-year-old. I don't know what to tell you.
John's got a point there with Valley Farm and Bridgeport. That's another one of many staples. That's every area of Bridgeport has their place, and Valley Farms is the east side. Great chili dog. Great fucking chili dog. Again, they've been there since like the fucking 60s, I think. But as far as Popeyes, KFC, I'll solve this for you right now. KFC, much better chicken tender than Popeyes. Popeyes actual chicken much better than KFC. That's just
All right.
it.
All right,
That's it.
fair.
And Popeyes ran a thing like 4 years ago where they did chicken tenders that were coated in waffle and they served you maple syrup on the side.
Oh, that sounds good.
Chicken
It was
waffles.
one of the best things I ever fucking had in my life, and it's never come back. And every time I drive by Popeyes, I'm always looking at the signs in the window like, is the fucking waffle chicken back? Nope, no waffle chicken.
The people at Popeyes like corporate are like, only one guy bought them. We see this
I'll
one
buy all
car.
of them, though. I'll fucking buy all of them. So put them out there, man.
My wife Lindsay takes a swipe at Stu and says, "This water hurts my mouth."
Aw.
I don't like spicy food, man. I don't like it. I'm literally the person who's gone to wing places. I've ordered something from the green side of the menu and I eat it, and I'm just like, man, this is too hot.
All right, that's fair.
I don't like hot food either. My daughter makes fun of me all the time. She's like, "This isn't hot at all," and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'm with you, man.
My daughter could actually eat fire. So,
all right, Manster, number 5. What do you got?
Number 5. Well, I had never tried Popeyes before. I had taken my daughter to a soccer game, and I was hungry on the way home because when you're a soccer dad, sometimes you don't get to eat for hours. And I stopped at a Popeyes, and I ordered the chicken nuggets of some sort, and I fucking hated it.
Oh.
It was like somebody took a piece of chicken, cut it with a knife, and made a nice square long piece and just dipped that in batter. And I thought it was awful. But I have since gone back to Popeyes, and because they had this thing called Rippin' Chicken, and that was fucking awesome. But my number 5 is KFC.
What just happened? I'm so confused by what just happened.
Because sometimes you just need a bucket of chicken, man, and they have a great bucket of chicken, and they have that itty bitty little coleslaw pieces, and that's just great too.
That was like the ending. That was like that. That was like that whole ending part.
Was that kind of surreal or what?
That was like that ending part in Knights in White Satin where he's just talking. Like you don't know really what's happening. Dreams. Like, what's happening now? What is this whole fucking part of this song? But it was like the opening of your next. I'm like, oh, he's going for Popeyes, cool. And wait, no.
It's a head fake. He's head faking us with Popeyes, and then it's like, oh, it was the reverse fake out, and we're going back to Popeyes. Yeah, but it's KFC.
He head faked us, hated Popeyes, then liked Popeyes on a return visit, and then juked and went right for KFC.
Yep.
But I like that he had like a 2-minute soliloquy on Popeyes not to choose them.
I was waiting for him to throw like Lee's famous chicken in there somewhere, you know. All right. Yep. All right, Stu, what's your number 5?
Boy, I have so many chains. This is also a chain, but I guess it's the furthest off the map I get. Charlie's Philly Steaks. I get those a lot.
Those are in malls, right?
Yeah, those are in malls, airports.
One in Milford Mall.
Yeah,
I go there. I go there. There's one in our mall, the Dawn of the Dead mall, that I go to for lunch so often that the lady just gives me the employee discount. It's funny. She can never remember my order, but she always gives me the employee discount. She's like, "Do you work in the mall?" And I say, "No, I don't." And she gives it to me anyway, and I get my bacon free cheese, and it's really good.
I've never had it. If I eat in the mall, I usually will go to the in the mall where I live. There's that Cajun Cafe, where there's always someone standing there giving you free samples. I just like their food. It's probably suspect because it's in the mall, but I always see that Charlie's Philly cheesesteak or whatever it's called. Is it the same one?
Yeah, Charlie's Philly Steaks. Yeah, I can't imagine there's multiples of them, but yeah, it's definitely a chain. They definitely have them. Try it out someday. I really like it. I get the bacon free cheese.
So Patrick, you showed up a little late. We already talked. Roy Rogers was my number 9. We do not anymore. Roy Rogers. If we do, it's only like on a highway exit, station there. But there's none like in actual towns anymore that I know of. All right. Can't wait to hear. Larry, you're number 5.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. All these places are like closed, but whatever. So I'll do one that's not closed, but kind of closed. So there's another joint in Bridgeport called Tomlinson's. Everybody just called it the Greeks when I was a kid. It was this tiny little fucking, like when I say tiny, it was this little shack on the corner of like Noble Ave in Bridgeport that could only fit like 4 people. And there would always be a fucking line all the way down the fucking street and the 4 people would come in, they would get their shit, whatever. They knocked down that little shack like 10 years ago and put up like a legit big place, and it's never been the same. It's never been the same as it was when it was the tiny shack, but that tiny shack had the best fucking hot dogs. They would deep fry them, so they would be super fucking like almost crunchy at the ends and like real snappy. Great toppings, great burgers. Just a great place. Like I said, it's still there, but now it's the kind of bigger place, and the taste is not the same. I don't know if it's because the grill is different or whatever, but so yeah, the Greeks, Tomlinson's, Bridgeport. There you go.
Right. Ollie asked if anybody remembers Boardwalk Fries. I think I do.
So that cheesesteak place that I worked at and used to get high in the freezer, Boardwalk Fries was right to the left of us.
Okay.
It was right there, and it was like people would get like a giant fucking bucket of fries, and they had like vinegar out, like people shaking vinegar all over their French fries. It was. They also had fresh lemonade, like they would make order lemonade, they would squeeze the lemon there.
Right.
But yeah, it was a pretty legit place, Boardwalk Fries.
All right, it's familiar, but I don't remember ever eating there. All right, my number 5. Numerically, I'll stick with the 5. It's Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Five Guys is incredibly good.
I will just cut to the chase and say that was my number 4. So that was coming up for me also.
Larry, did you give it a thumbs down?
Number 4.
Nice.
Larry, did you give it a thumbs down?
Yeah.
Come on, man. All right, I'm not going to tell you what I love about it.
Overrated.
It's a Wendy's burger, but with better.
Which I don't like. I don't like Wendy's either.
Oh, see, I like Wendy's burgers.
Yeah. I find their burgers to be flavorless.
They're just like, do you want
flavorless?
Yeah, well, they give you all the toppings. You put A1 on it. No other fast food place gives you A1 as an option.
You got to put a seasoning in the fucking meat itself. It's just meat. There's no seasoning. If you're making burgers at home and you're not seasoning the meat, there's a problem. There's a problem.
All right,
Five Guys has a problem. Great fries.
I guess that's a problem.
Great fries.
Yeah, Five Guys.
I guess I never noticed that the meat doesn't have a flavor because I always get all the stuff on it.
Yeah, so. I don't go to a fast food place and expect like a super well-seasoned burger. So Five Guys is fine for me.
I want to taste the
and
burger.
They give you
peanuts, Larry. The peanuts.
Oh, the peanuts.
And they give you a giant bag's worth of fries. And they have great. And they have malt vinegar, which is the best fry topping.
Malt vinegar, yeah.
That is true.
Sometimes I like the Cajun fries. Sometimes I like them regular.
I prefer the regular, and I do love Five Guys. I'm not going to agree with Larry on that. I do love them.
I will say about Five Guys, overpriced for a fast food place.
Oh no, they're expensive as fuck. And one of the things I hold dear about Five Guys, I always think about, is that prior to every Cult Classics show, that would be where Lloyd and I would get our dinner. We would there's a Five Guys on the way down to Seymour up in Amity. And we would stop there. We'd eat, because you have to eat because Larry's shows are fucking 9 hours long. So you're gonna get hungry, and you don't want to get stuck eating Strand popcorn because it'll give you salt nightmares. I never had a salt nightmare in my life before. I'm 45 years old until I had a salt fucking nightmare due to the Strand. I fell asleep during whatever it was. I think it was maybe the last one. It was maybe the last one or Halloween 5. Lloyd had gotten the Strand popcorn and he didn't finish it. He hands it to me. I finished the bag, fall asleep during the movie. And then the next morning I wake up with a hangover headache, and I had not drunk the night before. And I realized it was the fucking popcorn sucked all the salt out of my body into itself. Yet it was still in my body. Chris enjoys Five Guys.
Honestly, that sounds great to me. I'm up there with Larry where it's
I don't think you can put too
much salt on something.
When they didn't sell all the bags, they give them out as you walk out.
You want they'd hand it to you like, you want to eat this while you drive home and crash.
I made the mistake of doing that one night. Yeah.
Would you like to have a heart attack?
My whole face had puckered.
I also don't know what it is about the Strand nights, but like every Strand night ever rained. Like on my drive home, I'm driving through these dark ass roads in Seymour, like these back roads to get back to 15, and it's fucking pouring out. I'm like, what is it about these shows in Larry it's like it's cursed? Five Guys has bacon topping for milkshakes, Marcellus says.
That's not necessary.
That sounds obnoxious. That sounds
obnoxious.
Chris, when I grill season my burgers with Montreal steak seasening, I think I've had that before. I think that's pretty good too.
That seems good. Yeah.
That seems good.
That would work.
All right. I like to learn a lot about Larry, and so far his White Castle and Five Guys takes are what I would call hot takes. They're not my takes, but Manster, what do you have for numero cuatro? 4.
My number 4 is Five Guys.
And my number 4 was Five Guys.
All right, Larry, what do you got for your number 4?
So this place isn't. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna.
This place is on the dark side of Jupiter.
I tried to get rid of all of the places that are. I actually just took one out just now
Just now.
It's also not there anymore, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm replacing it. I'm not doing another one that's not there anymore. So one of my favorite burger places, and it is local and it is a chain, is Shake Shack.
I've never eaten at one.
Very expensive too.
There's one on the green, right, in New Haven. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's one on the green in New Haven. There's one in Westport, and there's one in City Field. If you go to a Mets game, it's just, as far as fast food burgers go, it's my second favorite. It's fucking, and it's almost as good as my number 1 fast food burger.
Ooh,
Shake Shack is a phenomenal burger. Great French fries, also great milkshakes. I've heard their chicken sandwich is fucking out of bounds, but I've never had it.
It's good.
Yeah, is it? I've heard
it's out of bounds.
You can
good or
get
bad.
beer.
I'm not familiar.
You can get beer and wine there.
Yeah, they have beer and wine as well.
Nice.
And it is, Lloyd's right, it is expensive.
Moe's, you can get beer at Moe's too.
Really?
Like it's Corona.
Do they yell at you about it? Like when you're
welcome to Moe's, you're fucking drunk.
Take your fucking beer. Yeah. So Shake Shack will be my number, whatever that was. 4.
Number 4. All right. Anthony
4.
just said something that I agree with so strongly, and I want to bring this up as a subject.
Yeah.
I love bacon, but some people take it too far.
Yeah. I love bacon, but I just want bacon. I don't want bacon flavored everything. I don't want bacon on everything. I just want bacon.
We somehow ended up in a time in America that everybody acts like bacon hasn't been around forever.
Yeah.
Like
it's
bacon,
new.
Bacon is not new. I'm 45. Bacon is there from day fucking 1. I've always liked bacon, but in the last 10 years,
it's become a meme.
It's like the hipsters or somebody have taken over bacon and created this mythos around it. You know, like I just don't get it. I was telling someone the story earlier. I went to the Big E a few years ago with Lindsay, and
the chocolate bacon.
It ain't good.
The fuck
it
out of
wasn't
here.
Good.
Get
like
the fuck out of here.
I fell into the whole bacon mythos.
I did it too.
And
That's
I said,
why I knew where you were
said,
going.
give me that chocolate bacon. Let's get that. Mm-hmm. They gave us three pieces dipped in chocolate. 3 pieces. I give one to my wife is like, I don't want to try it. I'm like, just fucking try it. Yeah. So I take a bite and I'm like, wow, this is not wowing me. Lindsay takes a bite. She's like, I don't like that at all. And then we essentially got 2.5 pieces of bacon left over, and they went in the garbage.
Yeah.
They were not good.
And it was like $16, right? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was not cheap. It was not cheap.
No, I'll just take bacon with my bacon.
Yeah, bacon thing. I fucking love bacon. Bacon's one of my listen. Bacon is one of the best things in the world. But yeah, it's gotten too fucking crazy.
People were obnoxious about it.
Don't put bacon in my drink. I don't want bacon in my drink.
Yeah,
I don't want cold bacon of any sort either.
Yeah. And I got to be honest, as much as I love bacon, when it comes to like breakfast type stuff, I'm always going sausage. Like I'm always going breakfast sausage over bacon.
Depends on where I am.
Depends on
where I am.
I mentioned during Pop-Tart Quest that there was a maple bacon Pop-Tart, and it was one of the worst Pop-Tarts. It was not good.
Well, because I can only imagine it was probably Baco's and not even
bacon. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, Patrick, can you ban Patrick? Can you make it?
I can.
Okay.
I like this, Patrick in Devil's Advocate voice. I was down here eating bacon. Just the whole thing. Yeah, it's just I don't get what happened with bacon. It's like Bacon hired a PR firm in like 2010, and they're like, "We're gonna do things with you. We're gonna make you big, Bacon." It worked somehow. Yep. All right, my number 4. I'm going with McDonald's at number 4. For just classic memory, and I could go through the menu and pretty much find something I want almost anywhere. I love the Big Mac. I get it, wafer thin fucking meat, all that, but quarter pounder with cheese, the nuggets, McChicken is still an all-time favorite of mine, the $1 or whatever, $1.50 it is now. By far, the McGriddle, sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle, probably the best fast food if you disqualify Duchess. Big 3 fast food, breakfast sandwich, And I've always liked McDonald's. I will say this though, about 5 years ago, the McRib came back around again. I'd never had it, and I tried it. That sandwich is fucking gross.
It's disgusting.
Not good.
Wait.
I don't know why people love that so much.
It used to be good.
Oh, okay.
Something fucking changed. Because the McRib used to be, and maybe I was high. I don't know. But
well, no, Larry, hold on. Say it again. Say, okay, I was probably high.
I was probably, but I used to, dude. It was good. Like the barbecue sauce was good. You knew it wasn't real ribs, right? Like it was probably vegetarian, but like the pickles were perfect. Everything was good, and then all of a sudden, like not this last time it came back, but like the time before, I was like, fuck yeah, McRib's back. Can't wait to fucking get one. And I was just like, this is bad. Like what? Yeah. Maybe my taste buds changed, but no. And then everybody I know was like, no, it's different. Something changed. And then the last time it came around, I tried it again and I'm like, nope, still shit. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I did it the one time. I got the 2 for $5 or whatever it was. I got through one and I only ate the second one because I was hungry. It was not good. Joe.
Yeah, can we talk about the comments? Avocado, the most overrated food.
No, avocado.
No, you need to stop that, Stu.
Avocado's delicious.
Avocados are great.
Avocados are great and add a lot to a lot. But Joe is right. Avocado, particularly, and Anthony agrees. Hired the same PR firm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These things
avocado is just fine. Like it's fine.
You got to salt it. You got to salt it.
Good.
Stu, you like salt? Put salt on it.
Okay.
Put salt on it.
All right. I do like salt. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to our top 3, which we're at right now, I'm going to read out. Lindsay, my wife, had sent me her list earlier, and I'm gonna read it off right now. We'll go from her 10 to 1. Number 10, Boston Market. I don't think she's a meatloaf sandwich lady, but she likes Boston Market. Number 9, I'll give her credit for this. It's fast food one way or the other. Dairy Queen. Number
stuff.
Number 8. I didn't put this on my list. We have one in town. It's very fucking good. This kills me. It's on her list, and she never wants to eat there. I love this place. It's called Cheeks Chicken and Waffles. There's a few of them in the state. Wallingford has one of them. There's only a few. Mark Ellis, I agree. The founder with Michael Keaton made me not want to spend money at McDonald's ever again. That movie, that guy fucked those brothers over. If that movie is even close to reality, which you always have to take it for a grain of salt, if you've never seen that movie, the founder, Michael Keaton, plays Ray Kroc, and Nick Offerman and John, I can't remember the guy's name, another great actor. They play the McDonald's brothers, and it's all about how he started in with them, and he buys McDonald's from them. He starts working for them, and it's just the story of how he ends up becoming the owner of McDonald's. It's very interesting. And if
I may counterpoint real fast, that is entirely true. McDonald's is terrible, but the Ronald McDonald Corp Fund, whatever their charity is, Ronald McDonald House, is apparently like one of the best charities. Like 100% of the money they get goes to what they say it goes to and stuff. So that's
all right.
Well, good for them. Yeah.
Look them up on any kind of charity thing that rates charities. Yeah, they're always one of the highest rated.
So Patrick says the original McRib formula was lost in the mists of history. It exists now only in your memories.
That's fine.
And Lindsay says the reason she doesn't she puts it at number 8, but it makes her feel like shit. So it's very much, I guess, like Larry with White Castle. Number 7, Duchess, low. Low.
Yeah, if it's a ranked list, that's low.
That's low. Number 6, Arby's. Arby's is good. I like Arby's.
Yeah, they got the roast beef. That's good.
Number 5, I'll allow this because she qualifies it. Sonic chicken tenders and ice cream. Their chicken tenders aren't bad. Their ice cream is great, and their drinks are great.
Oh, their drinks, yeah. They didn't make my list, but for their drinks, they were in consideration.
Their burgers are fucking...
Yeah, they're no good.
Their dogs, their tots, their fries, everything is awful.
Awful. Number 4, Five Guys. Good choice. Number 3, this is a good one. This is a Connecticut. This is one that there was only 2 restaurants in Connecticut up until about 10 years ago, and now they're everywhere. Nardelli's. John Carroll.
I didn't go there because, I was thinking deli.
Yeah, I didn't count delis either. I considered Nardelli.
They're awesome. Nardelli's is, as far as a fast food deli, top notch.
Nardelli's does that awesome, the Nardelli's mix they put on all their sandwiches, that almost like jardinera they put on. Mm-hmm. It's so great. And John Carroll Lynch was the actor I was trying to think of. And he plays the alleged Zodiac killer in Zodiac, Patrick. You don't ever for sure.
Yeah. You don't know, Patrick.
Number 2, McDonald's. I know my wife does like McDonald's, doesn't eat there very often. Number 1, I could have guessed this. And it, you know what? I didn't put it on my list, but I do like them. Panera Bread. Panera Bread. You know,
Atlanta Bread Company was better than Panera. If any of you guys remember that.
I ate there once, and the next time I went to go there, they were gone.
Yeah,
like that place.
They didn't last too long, but they were great.
Panera, they're like, you know how they have pastries and like Danish, like that shit's always good, but their sandwiches fucking suck.
Yeah, their sandwiches are terrible, but
good.
they're chicken and rice soup in a bread bowl. That's what I get there. It's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I like their soups. I like their sandwiches though too. I mean, I'm not gonna say I've never had one I didn't like, but I'm more the bacon turkey bravo. I always like. Yeah.
Holly asked, did we cover Taco Hell? I don't know if it's on any of your list. It was nowhere near mine, but I will say my wife loves Taco Bell.
Well, we might get there. We might get there. Joe says Panera is so overpriced he refuses to eat there.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Then, Joe, don't go to a Five Guys then.
Two slices of white bread and a slice of ham.
It's like 12 or a Shake Shack.
Oh, here we go. Here's Shawnee Mack, and he's agreeing with Larry.
He wasn't here though. So I already said, I said Whataburger, Sean.
You said it. Whataburger. Yep. All right, Manster, number 3. Let's round this thing off.
Number 3. This is my other burger place. I don't know if it's around a lot of places, but there's one on the No, it's not on the Berlin Turnpike.
Berlin Turnpike.
It's on Fenn Road in Newington. It's called Mooyah.
I
like the name. I kind of love that name. Yeah,
it's a good name, and it's a real good burger. They get them pretty flat. Really, really nice and crispy. Of course, you get a double burger. Really good fries, like Boardwalk style fries. You get the malt vinegar on there. It's great. It's my favorite burger joint.
A couple years ago, Lindsay and I were out somewhere, and we were it might have been the Newington one. I don't know. I think there's a couple in the state, and we ended up kind of like lost, and we ended up at a Mooyah. Yeah, and it was pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good. I actually
good shakes too.
Yeah, I had a burger. I didn't have a shake, and it was one of those things that maybe like 6 months ago it popped into my head. This was like 2 years ago, and I'm like, because it never like popped up everywhere. So I was like, I wonder if that place went out or if it's still around. Joe, you know Mooyah? Is this? I think if I remember,
Mooyah. Yeah, head out to Newington. That's where mine is.
I think they had something to do with UConn, didn't they? Like, weren't they?
There is one at Stores, Connecticut. Yeah.
There's one, in Stores. I remember that was like on their story or whatever.
Yep.
Always sounds like Whataburger. I would not order anything called a Whataburger. That sounds so fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Mooyah, Stu, numero tres.
Number 3 for me. We're going to. This was almost my number 2, but it fell to number 3. Wendy's. I really like Wendy's. Like I said earlier, I love their fries. I was wrong. They don't have the best fast food fries. We'll get there later on my list. But Wendy's just does everything good. There are things that I like more at Burger King and McDonald's and stuff, but like. I like the burgers at Wendy's. I like the fries at Wendy's. I like the Frosties. I get salads at Wendy's sometimes. Like Wendy's has the biggest menu to me of things that I will get. Like if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm getting McNuggets or a double quarter pounder. If I'm going to Burger King, I'm getting a Whopper or an original chicken sandwich. Wendy's is always an adventure. Who knows what I'll choose?
Stu gets crazy. Stu gets crazy at the Wendy's.
Maybe the Asian salad. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know if they still do it. I used to like the taco salad there. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I think they still do.
The taco salad was good.
Yeah,
that was good. I've heard other people doing this, Holly, and I was going to bring it up earlier.
That's great.
I've never done it.
I've never done that either. That doesn't.
It's like the bacon in a milkshake we talked about earlier,
and it's fantastic.
Okay.
All right, that surprises me about you, Manster. But all right, Larry, numero 3. What do you got?
Wait a second. So there's a Mooyah right in West Haven, which is 15 minutes from me.
Oh.
So you have to try it and see if
I am going to have to try it because they have a burger that also has sliced hot dogs on it. I'm kind of wondering about that.
Check out the Mooyah.
All right. Okay. So we're at top 3. So I know I didn't put this in any real order, but I did kind of try to keep a top 3. So, okay, we're in a top 3, and my top 3 will be starting with my late night home after playing and attending shows at the Tune-In in New Haven every fucking Friday or Saturday night at Mamoon's Falafel in New Haven, hanging out with the cat. There's a bunch of cats in there. Stu would love it. There's cats.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know what just happened to Stu. But
My cat walked in front of the computer when you were talking about cats.
yeah, it's the best falafel, and you just walk right up to the counter and tell them you want it, and comes out in this little. They bring out this little silver holder, and the holder has 2 slots for your falafel sandwiches, and they're in there. Just gorgeous fried chickpea patties with delicious tahini sauce and fresh vegetables. Oh, fucking great, man. I want one right now. And I'm not far from Mamoon's. I could go get one right now. I could go get this hot dog burger at Mooyah and then go to Mamoon's.
Just to
pet the cats. I can pet the cats at Mamoon's and order a fuck. And they also have meat stuff, but during that time I was vegetarian, so it was always falafel and the spinach, the little fried spinach things that were delicious too.
Now I've never been to Mamoon's. I love falafel. I've had my buddy makes homemade falafel and it's fantastic. I never even tried it before like 10 years ago. I would almost, if you said to me, this is what a falafel is, I'd go fuck yourself. Yeah. But so delicious. But like, are you a little I don't know, suspect of a restaurant that has cats in it? Like
a lot of people are.
Because I would be. I'm allergic. Plus, I'm a little worried that if they're chilling out here, what are they doing back there?
I don't know that the cats are still there. This was like 1995. I'll tell you, if it was 1995, the same cats probably are still there.
Probably not.
But
my wife and I talk about this all the time. We're like, can you fathom how much cat hair we probably eat on a given year?
Well, at Mamoon's, I'm sure we all ate a lot of cat hair and possibly cat food. I'm not even sure, but it was delicious. So that's my 3. Mamoon's in New Haven.
All right. Shawnee Mack says on his way to Florida, Zaxby's. It sounds like a science fiction. When I was doing research for this,
when I was doing research for this list, Zaxby's kept coming up, and I've never even heard of it until I started doing research.
Me neither.
Until Sean typed that, I've never heard of it before. All right, that's cool. All right, number 3 for me. This is where we will head to Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. I'm not gonna lie. Man.
Do you eat it on the toilet with your White Castle?
Look again.
Taco Bell's rough, man. That's rough.
Look, let me explain something to you right off the bat.
That used to be the cheapest thing around back in the 80s.
It might be hard to believe, but I'm a very lucky guy in terms of a big guy. Stuff I don't throw up. Stuff I don't get sick easily. Taco Bell, for as much as I've heard people say, "Oh, I eat that. I'm on the can." There's pretty much almost no food that's guaranteed to make me sick like that. And so I can eat Taco Bell. Let me preface this too, by the way, being a big guy, I don't eat a super ton of fast food, but I will say, if I'm going to go somewhere and I have the option, I will get Taco Bell. And Taco Bell is great for driving. All right. So when it's been a while.
You mean while driving?
While driving, yeah. It's all wrapped up. It's all wrapped. If you get,
you eat the paper too?
No, don't get a fucking taco. But like,
that's the only thing I would get at Taco Bell are their tacos.
See, I'm getting
like chalupas and
burritos and stuff like that. So
quesarito food over there.
Yeah, see, Holly, the same
that thing was never actually existed.
Doesn't affect me. I could eat a huge Taco Bell meal.
Taco Bell doesn't make me sick. Taco Bell doesn't make me sick at all. I just don't like it.
I love it.
So, John, when in the early Hatebreed days, when we would be on tour, all of us except for one were vegetarian or vegan,
and that's the best place for vegetarian.
That was the best place in 1994. A vegetarian is the only fucking place.
Right,
was Taco Bell. Yeah, because there was no vegetarian restaurants in 1994. Right. Like being a vegetarian.
What at Taco Bell is vegetarian?
Well, everything.
Almost everything.
Because I had friends
with no meat.
Yeah, you just tell them bean. They substitute.
Okay. That's what I meant. I didn't know.
I don't know if Mexi Melts are still on the menu, but we would get bean Mexi Melts.
Oh, Mexi Melts are so fucking.
It would just be refried beans, tomatoes, and whatever that cheese was, and then we would fill it up with meat mild sauce for me because I'm a fucking wimp. But yeah,
mild sauce is delicious.
Everything with refried beans, man, and it was delicious.
I go to Taco Bell like once a year, and on my way there, I pretty much empty their little bucket of mild sauces just so I have them at home because I don't want to have to go back to Taco Bell for anything, but I want the mild sauce.
Yeah, Anthony says Taco Bell is his number 1 and eventually his number 2. I don't know. Taco Bell always has the most on their menu that I want to get. The Crunchwrap Supreme is one of the best fast food inventions of the last like 10 years. It's phenomenal. And again, like I said, when we were doing the Pint Radio show before COVID, that's in Middletown, and I would drive back to Wallingford and I'd pass a Taco Bell. Now the show is from 6:30 to 7:30. I'm driving past a Taco Bell at 7:45. I haven't eaten yet most of the time, and I'm not going to get home till like 8 o'clock. So I would just go through the drive-through a lot of times and get like three things, 3 burritos, 3 littler things off the menus, and eat them while I drove and got home. It's just it's quick, it's easy, and it's always well, I don't know about it as much anymore, but but like Larry said, in like 94, 95, the cheapest fast food option.
By far.
If you're with friends, again, like I said, when I was in high school, I used to go with friends who were. That's how I knew they were the best for vegetarians, because they used to just substitute bean for everything.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Taco Bell is my number 3. Manster, what's your number 2?
I will admit that Taco Bell is tasty, but I ordered some tacos from Taco Bell once, and as you do, you open it up and pour that fire sauce in there, and fucking little red bugs came out of it. And I was done with it for a little while. I've gone back, but
yeah, there's no wrong with that.
Those
It's
are
probably
probably got rid of those bugs.
it held me for a couple weeks.
That's where the protein comes from.
Yeah, right. Little firebugs.
Yeah.
My number 2 is a little thing called Bear's Barbecue Food Truck.
Oh.
Now, Bear Barbecue is fucking fantastic barbecue.
Yeah, and they have a food truck, and that's considered fast food for me, right? You walk right up, order it, walk away.
I think you're stretching it, but
no, not stretching it, not at all.
Because barbecue is never fast food.
Yeah, well, this is this is fast food. I go to one of those beer places, and they get the food trucks, and I always go there on the day that they have Bear's Barbecue, because that stuff is the bomb.
It's great.
I like the pulled pork and beans and cornbread. They also have one mixed with macaroni and cheese, but I get the cornbread one.
Sounds good. I love barbecue.
Oh, it's great. Bear's Barbecue. If you can go to the restaurant, go to the restaurant. But if you can get the food truck, that's it.
All right. Stu, what do you got for number 2? Stu 2.
So my number 2, I feel bad because I put this at number 2. I really like the food. They have the worst fast food French fries. The worst. Don't eat the French fries there. Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen actually has pretty good food. Their burgers are good.
They have good burgers.
Their chicken is good. Dairy Queen, for some reason, when you order food, is like, here's a fucking piece of toast. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for toast at all, but sure, give me fucking toast. And the thing about Dairy Queen is, like, sometimes I want food, but I also want a Blizzard, or I also want a chocolate dip cone. I mean, they have great ice cream. So I hate that their French fries are so fucking bad, but, dip cone, man, dip cone.
Now, here's a question about Dairy Queen.
All right, Shawnee Mac.
Stu, do you know, Stu, what the actual fast food side of Dairy Queen is called?
Dairy Queen? I don't know. I go to Dairy Queen, it just says Dairy Queen on the sign, and I order food.
Brazier.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I haven't seen that. I think they got rid of that, but I remember that when I was a kid. The sign saying Dairy Queen Brazier, yeah.
I honestly, now listen. I missed that.
Spoiler alert.
How did I forget that reference?
You'll see it Saturday. Spoiler
Are we going to see it Saturday?
We're going to see it Saturday.
Oh, the fucking Dairy Queen. That spooky bitch. I don't think I've ever had a meal at Dairy Queen.
Their food is surprisingly good. I mean, it's fast food. You know what you're getting. Yeah. And the French fries are awful, legitimately awful.
The
food is
no
good.
Dairy Queens around here have food.
Oh, really?
No. There's one in Cromwell that I go to.
That's not around here.
The Dairy Queen.
True. Well, it's around here.
The Dairy Queen in Wallingford, where I live, has, I think, a couple of menu options. The one in North Haven is one of those sit-down Dairy Queens where it's like a fast food restaurant with a Dairy Queen. The only thing I've ever seen in like commercials at one point I really wanted to try was they did a burger called the Flamethrower. It's like their hot burger, but I don't know if I have. I don't remember it.
Stu's not eating that. Stu is not eating.
No, that's too much for me. Not doing that.
I'm not either. Don't feel bad.
He's saying there's one in Monroe.
Really? I had no idea. I had no idea.
Johnny Mac jumps in there too. Monroe Dairy Queen serves food.
Holy shit. I had no fucking idea. I mean, I grew up in Bridgeport. The Bridgeport ones clearly don't. Stratford never did. Fairfield never did. So
Well, have you ever been to a KFC that has a buffet? The one in Hamden did.
Never even heard of. I never even heard of such a thing.
Yep, KFC in Hamden had a buffet set up.
I've been to Pizza Huts that have a buffet.
Have you ever been to a Pizza Hut that had a sit-down Miss Pac-Man machine?
Yes.
Yes. I think they all did at one point.
Yes.
All right, Larry, Scary Larry, what do you got for number 2?
All right, so this is tough. So here's what I'm going to do.
Here's what I'm going to do.
That's what he said. You listen to me. Here's what I'm going to do.
This place that I'm going to name right now is probably my favorite. But I don't know if they can really be considered fast food. And I'll explain why. And I think I actually brought it up earlier before we went on. It's a place called Valencia Luncheria in Norwalk, Connecticut. Now, when they first opened and when I'd first heard of them, they were in this fucking tiny spot, no bigger than this room in my basement. And there was like maybe 4 tables. You walk in, you walk up, you place your order, and it's pretty quick. And then you either take it to go or you can sit at one of the 4 tables. But what they are now, they've expanded since being on diners, drive-ins, and dives or whatever, into like a regular sit-down place. So now it's more of a restaurant feel, but I'm going by the way that I always went there, what it was when I went there. That's and fair. What it is it's a Venezuelan place that they have tons of great stuff like empanadas, burritos, and stuff, which is all very quick. But what they specialize in they're called arepas. Arepas is rapists? Not rapists. Sounds the same, totally different. One is naughty, one's a naughty thing. And an arepa is a grilled corn cake, almost like a tortilla, but thicker, like about that thick, grilled on both sides that they then split and stuff with food. Either with like roast pork or chorizo sausage, or they do sweet ones like Nutella and banana or spinach and cheese. But whatever it is, it's like a sandwich, but it's like in this like corn kind of thick tortilla. But then what makes it glorious, and it goes on everything, I don't give a fuck what you're eating, is this big bottle of green sauce that is on every fucking table and scattered all throughout the place. And I believe it's called guasaca. It's a Venezuelan, almost like a guacamole, but thinner and with a little more of a vinegary taste that you just put on every fucking sandwich you're eating. And it's the best fucking fast food arepa Spanish food I've ever eaten in my life.
It sounds very good.
It is ridiculous. I
want to try.
It's serious. I've never, and I've had I've had everything there, from the arepas to the empanadas to their ceviche, everything. And they do actually, now that they have the restaurant, they do dinners and things like that, and they're all good. I've actually gone there for breakfast and had the best stuffed French toast I ever had. It was like stuffed with bananas and strawberries with some honey maple. It's just fucking retarded. It was amazing. Just amazing. Great food. Probably should have been my number 1, but like I said, I just felt weird calling it fast food because now it's a restaurant.
All right, that's fair. All right. My number 2, Larry, I already know he disagrees with this heavily, but it's okay. So in Connecticut, Connecticut, we're famous for one thing in particular, is having, especially in the New Haven area, the best pizza in the country. Period. Yep. The end. It's the truth.
No
Doesn't
question.
matter what anybody else thinks out there. This is the truth. But something that we're known for a little less, and it's much less local, or it's much more local, specifically almost to the central Meriden, Connecticut area, are steamed cheeseburgers. And I'm going with Ted's Restaurant in Meriden. Stu would his mind would fucking explode if he ever saw a steamed cheeseburger.
This sounds terrible. Boiling more fucking hamburger.
It's like gray. It's gray, Stu.
It is gray.
No, come on, man. Come on, man.
It is very much a like it or don't like it thing.
Tell him about the cheese. Tell him about the cheese.
Oh, the cheese. Oh, that's so good. It's so fucking good. So essentially, Ted's Restaurant's been around, I think, since the 40s.
Oh, yeah.
It's still going, and it's these little metal boxes that they cook the meat in. It's water at the bottom, and then they have these little drawers that they put the meat and they put the cheese in, and it steams it to cook. They steam the buns, and the cheese comes out. It's almost like wax. It's gooey. It's Sean knows. Shawnee Max knows. Ted's is a staple.
It is a staple. Can't disagree.
You can't disagree. It's a Connecticut legend. It's I love it. I love it. It's so fucking delicious. A couple years ago now, again, steamed cheeseburgers. It's not like it's a Connecticut thing. If you go to Northern Connecticut or Southern,
they have it. They have them in Springfield too.
Springfield,
they call them steamed hams.
No, not the fucking steamed hams. Fucking principal fucking what's his name? Skinner. No, a couple years ago, my boss or an ex-boss who was from upstate New York came down and was like, I hear about this Ted's place on TV because Diners, Drive-In, and Dives has been there. Very recently, Action Bronson did an episode there. If you know who that is, he's a rapper and a food
potato head
guy. Yeah, potato head. But he did an episode there, so the place has gained a lot of popularity outside of Connecticut. And my boss had come down and said, "Oh, I got to try this place out." But Mark, come down, man. I'll take you. I'll absolutely take you. Mark is up in actual real Springfield, not Simpson Springfield. Come down, and I'll tell you right now, Mark. The chances are you are going to like it or be mad. My boss said, "Where's the place? Tell me where it is." I gave him directions. He came back a few days later to my store, and he's like, "Man, that was fucking gross. I don't know what's wrong with you people." So it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But I'm going Ted's. Lloyd, you're not saying much. Are you a fan?
I can't do that. You know I'm not into cheeseburgers. So I think the only reason you would have a steamed cheeseburger is because of the cheese.
Because you hate yourself?
It just doesn't sound good to me. Because
every other method of cooking it is broken.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. So Ted's Restaurant. It's actually called Ted's Restaurant. Ted's Steamed Cheeseburgers is my number 2. Let's round this off. Let's finish it off. We got 10 minutes left for 2 hours. Let's get out of here. Manster, what do you got for numero uno?
My numero uno is, I'm afraid most people won't know this.
Aubon Pan do.
But I do. There is only one that I know of in Connecticut. And unfortunately, the last time I went there, after COVID settled down, they're fucking gone. And so I cried, and you can only go, I think they're in New York City and maybe one in Boston. It's called Potbelly Sandwich Shop.
I've heard of it.
It's the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. I'm pretty sure. They just have this fantastic bread, multigrain, whatever kind of bread you want. They toast the shit out of it. I get the the turkey club, so turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato. They get that in there. It's so good, and then they get the little chili on the side. They even do a nice grilled cheese if you like that. It's just the cheese right inside this bun, and they toast that thing up. It's the best ever. And
I'll say it. You're really bumming me out with this number 1 fast food choice.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. It's my favorite place. Go and get a sandwich. It used to be right around the corner for me, and now it's gone, and I'm bummed out.
Cliff says we have a Potbelly in, I'm assuming, Oklahoma too. It's pretty great. Okay,
it's pretty great. See, there you go. Thanks,
all
Cliff.
Right. And Joe wants an esteemed cheeseburger.
Then don't go to Ted's.
Don't go to Ted's. Joe, no. I think Joe's probably had him. He lived up here. Stu, what's your number 2, Stu, or number 1, Stu?
Number 1. So I know how well this is going to go over already because somebody has already hinted at it. When I made this list, 2 through 10 were fucking.
It's Willy Wonka's Candy World.
2
Is it Dunkin' Donuts?
No, it's not Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck. 2 through 10 were shuffleable. Like, you could put 2 through 10 in a lot of different orders and I'd be happy. But number 1 was always going to be number 1. And sometimes you just want some fucking homophobic chicken, man.
Oh, okay.
And that is where I was mistaken when I said Wendy's had the best fast food French fries. Chick-fil-A has the best fast food French fries.
They're waffle fries, right?
Their waffle fries are so fucking good, man.
All right.
I don't like a waffle fry.
I do like a waffle fry. Here's my problem.
I like waffles.
Here's my problem with Chick-fil-A is that for a restaurant that their entire laurels sits on their chicken.
Yeah, it's good chicken.
It's not better than like Popeyes. It's not better.
Nah, it's the best chicken.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. And
I think I like the Wendy's chicken better.
Me too. The spicy Wendy's chicken
spicy
sandwich
Wendy's chicken
is
sandwich
better than anything at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I don't know. Chick-fil-A definitely has the best nuggets. Like their nuggets are real fucking chicken. That is some good nuggets they have.
You know,
and that's what I usually get is the nuggets. But the thing that puts Chick-fil-A over the top for me is their lemonade. Like their lemonade is the only thing that tastes like their lemonade, and it is so good.
All right.
Well, lemonade.
Well,
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
I mean, it's their
My favorite
specialty.
fast food
Like,
item.
it's their specialty. It's like their specialty drink. I mean, they advertise it. They have the little things running in the back. They have original lemonade and sugar-free lemonade. And the sugar-free lemonade also very good.
The again,
it's yellow lemonade, right? Not pink lemonade.
Oh yeah, no, pink lemonade is chemicals. Don't eat that.
Weird, right?
I've
never seen a pink lemon.
That's runoff from 3 Mile Island. Don't drink pink lemonade.
Yeah, show me a pink lemon and I'll fucking drink pink lemonade.
pink lemonade's fine. My lord, my lord.
And John, you said earlier you hate
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. I don't know how anybody hates Chick-fil-A. My biggest problem with Chick-fil-A is any time of day that you go there, they have the longest line. So my only problem with Chick-fil-A is I never feel like sitting waiting there.
I just never really was impressed by Chick-fil-A. They were one of the ones like after Sonic, like maybe 5 years ago, they opened up in my town, and for the first like year and a half, you couldn't even get in. The drive-through lines were like fucking unreal.
Yeah.
And then finally, there was one night, me and Lindsay were driving home, and we're like, "Holy fuck!" There's like nobody there. And we go through the thing, and like kind of like ordered up a little extra, because you're like, "Well, I'm gonna try as much as I can." Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Bring it home, and I'm just like, Wendy's is better. I don't know. It's not that great.
Yeah, we went over friend's house. We went over friend's house a few weeks ago, and they ordered a bunch of Chick-fil-A nuggets, ordered a bunch of their French fries, got some pickles, got the Chick-fil-A sauce, and made a pizza out of it, and it was pretty good.
All right, this person here, Matt DeFeo, makes me jealous because I've always wanted to try In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out was number 1 on so many lists I've seen online, but they like only exist in a 300-mile radius of their central place. Because they won't ship ingredients further than 300 miles or something.
Are they the ones that do? Is that the one that's famous for animal style? Is that In-N-Out where you can get things animal style? And it just sounds so fucking good. Larry, what's your number 1?
Well, my number 1 happens to be a little place called In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, you've been there.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Fucking dude, have I been there? So when Jen and I got married, she wanted to go to Disney for vacation, and she's like, "We'll go to the one in Florida." I'm like, "We're getting married in October. Florida in October is not a great idea. That's hurricane season."
Right.
I was like, "We'll go to California." I've never actually been there. I was like, "Great idea." And this was in the days of like MapQuest and printing directions. There was no, I had printed directions in my carry-on bag from Long Beach Airport to the car rental to In-N-Out and then the hotel. She's like, "We really got to go there before the hotel. Can't we just unpack stuff?" I was like, no, we cannot. I was like, "Our first stop after getting this rental car is In-N-Out. Then we will go to the hotel and unpack stuff." That's how glorious In-N-Out Burger is. I can't even count how many times I've had In-N-Out Burger, but I can tell you it's every single goddamn time I've been on the West Coast. There was one time where I went out there for 4 days for business, and I think I ate it 6 times.
I will say to that point, it's not In-N-Out, but my wife, when I told her I was doing this episode, we went to Seattle one time, and she lived in Seattle for a decade before we met. We went to Seattle one time. She made us go to Jack in the Box every fucking day.
It's a good burger.
And there's none around here, so it's the only time I've ever been there.
West Coast has some good. Jack in the Box is good. Carl's Jr. is okay.
Hardee's.
Fat Burger's pretty good.
Isn't Carl's Jr. just Hardee's, right?
Yeah, used to be around here. They were good.
Yeah. But no, dude, In-N-Out is legit. In-N-Out is the truth. Shake Shack, like I said, is very close. It's very close to being as good as In-N-Out, but it just doesn't get there. Double animal style it's just unfuckwithable. Unfuckwithable. It's just perfect. It's a perfect burger.
I got to get out to California.
I'm gonna have to try it. I never had it.
Joe says Chick-fil-A does such a good job at the logistics of moving the line. Spartansburg, South Carolina had them run a vaccination site. We need a little bit more information on that, Joe, but I'm assuming you're saying that they they went to Chick-fil-A to figure out how to get people moving.
Chick-fil-A does organize their lines really well. They have
a really good line.
Yeah, they have people out there and they divide the line into two separate things, and they tell you like, all right, you're behind that car and the other side, and that's when you merge back together. They actually do it.
I'll tell you who doesn't do that. In the last like 10 years, McDonald's has added a lot of like those 2-line systems.
Oh, it's a mess.
Boy, it's Mad Max fucking Fury Road.
I've almost gotten into a fight 64 times in those fucking lines.
Yeah.
I have literally sat at one of those.
I am coming out.
I have literally sat at one of those waiting to give my order, and no one ever talks on this machine, and like 3 or 4 cars will go through on the other fucking thing. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I can't explain how many times I've driven, people are just cutting me off, and I've driven out like this, just staring and pointing at somebody in their fucking car. Like, no, motherfucker, you're stopping. And then I go to roll down the window, and that's when they finally stop, because they know I'm about to fucking scream at them. So
it's such a mess. It's like literally you're waiting for fucking the Lord Humongous to come out and go, just give us the gasoline. You can leave with your lives. Yeah, it's the McDonald's setups are not good.
No,
but, apparently, In-N-Out is in Houston now too.
That doesn't do me any good either.
That does none of us any good, Sean.
Yeah, good job, Sean. Thanks, buddy.
Unless you're trying to let us know that like COVID, it's creeping everywhere. So
yeah, I mean, telling me it's in Houston is like telling me they have them in France. Like, all right, cool, I guess.
If it starts to creep up this way, all right. So we'll just go to number one. I'm the last one. My number one, very simple, Duchess. I'm going Duchess all the way.
Wow.
It's the bomb. It's incredible. Breakfast sandwiches. Real quick, just one more thing to add on to Duchess that we didn't talk about is if you want the best chicken nugget out there, Duchess chicken nuggets are like pieces of chicken.
They are
real chicken.
Cut up, bread and fry. It's like
my friend Wayne's girlfriend one time was like, "The fuck do you mean you've never had chicken nuggets from?" I was like, "Because all I ever fucking need from there is either a double cheeseburger or a hot dog, depending on what I'm fucking feeling like." She's like, "No. You've got to have these nuggets." And as far as like fast food places go, top. It's number one.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Chicken tender, chicken nugget is number one.
I know where I'm going Friday before the recording.
You're gonna go to Duchess.
I'm heading to Duchess before your house. Yeah.
Right, because you don't have any around you. I'm lucky. Yep. I can go there when I want. I don't go there often, but I can go there when I want. And the one thing with Duchess is I don't eat when I do go. I never eat enough of like their burgers and stuff because they do the breakfast sandwiches all day. So if I go at like 2 p.m, I get the breakfast sandwiches. They're so fucking good. I don't know if I've ever had the onion rings there.
They're good. They're good. I just had them 2 nights ago after Owen's baseball practice.
All right.
It was practice was like at a weird time. I had no time to fucking make dinner, so I was like, well, we'll go through Duchess, and I got a double cheese and onion rings. Fucking fantastic. And Owen got a hot dog with bacon. Can't fucking lose.
Good choice.
Because hot dogs are fucking great, Stu.
Hot dogs are great.
Hot dogs, one of my favorite things. I have a cheeseburger tattooed on me. I don't have a hot dog yet, but I fucking will.
You will. We'll get one.
I will. I have a cheeseburger and I have a blueberry pie. I will add a hot dog to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun. If you want to check Stu out, go to swoproductions.com. If you want to hear him talk about food, there's always Pop-Tart Quest. And let's not forget, on the 1st and 15th of the month, that's when you get his bi-weekly podcast. Now, Stu, I did an episode with you. Is that coming out anytime soon, or is that like in July?
Yeah, that's gonna be June, sometime in June.
All right. Me and Stu talked about the what was it? Thor.
The first
Blade?
Thor.
Not Blade.
No,
not Spawn.
We did Blade on the pint one time though. That was fun. Go check Larry out, horrornewsnetwork.net. And of course, please on Saturday, get your tickets, www.connecticutclassics.com. Saturday is super exciting, by the way, because Saturday is not only the day you can get your tickets for the June 19th show at the Strand. Again, half capacity, so don't fuck around. Don't be like, well, I'll decide in 3 days if I want my tickets. Go on Saturday. Buy your tickets. And then Saturday night is Larry's drive-in show, Alien, the original 1979 classic that Stu has said things like Three Amigos are better than. But
I gave it 3 stars. It's a good movie. It's fine.
It is
It's
not.
fine.
I also
It's
just checked my
fine.
list.
Not a fun
I also
movie.
just checked my list. You're July 15th. You were right. I was wrong.
All right. So a couple months you can hear me on the SWO Productions, and Lloyd did one as well. He'll probably be in August or maybe late October.
Yeah. Lloyd's like August or September. Yeah.
Also a Thor movie.
Also a Thor movie.
Yeah. Let's see. Scary Larry's Pint of Horror Season 2 rolls on this Friday night. We're doing the first live recording here at my house since February 29th of last year. COVID no more. We're all vaxxed up and ready to go. We will be recording. You guys picked it. The Matthew McConaughey Powers Booth, Bill Paxton film, Frailty. We'll be talking about that. We will also be recording for On the QT, the Quentin Tarantino podcast that we'll be doing for Forgotten Entertainment. We'll be recording Death Proof, which has proven to be the least popular of any of the Tarantino films. And,
Really?
Nobody wants to talk about that.
Shit, I would have done that one.
Well, you
It was random.
You didn't give me that one. I would have done that one.
It was random. It was random.
Yeah.
What did Stu get?
Django
Django.
Unchained.
Fucker.
www.livestreamforthecure.com. Please check it out. Go there. The site will just show you how you can check us out next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We kick the whole thing off. 3 full days of podcasting, all in the name of raising money for cancer research. This is the 5th year. They've raised, I think, $30,000 in the first 4 years. They're looking to hit 15 grand this year. If you want to donate, please, you could do early donations. If you want to do it under our name, that would be fantastic. If you want to donate while watching us, we're going to be doing the show from 7 to 8 o'clock on Wednesday, May 19th, Lloyd and I. So please check that out. And the newest pint will be out probably Friday of this week. So check that out as well. Other than that, yeah, see you Saturday, Anthony. Anthony loves Death Proof. Wow. Okay. Interesting. You're the first person to say that because nobody says that. You guys, anything else? Larry, Stu, anything else you want to throw out there?
Hot dogs are still gross.
Yeah,
you're fucking wrong.
it's not true.
They have their place.
That's not true, but McDonald's certainly is.
All right. We will see you later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for agreeing with us and not agreeing with us. And go get yourself some fast food tomorrow. Enjoy.